Alright.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh my god. Oh my god, I forgot to summon myself from the ether again. Every time. I'm so lazy.
No, where's Caster? I can hear their voice. Oh, man,
Sometimes I
it's
can
so
still hear their
heartbreaking.
voice. Gay, gay, homosexual, gay. Hi, I'm your invisible android game show host from the future caster.
And I am your amazing agender avian co-host, Raffi the Owl.
And
Brought to you
this...
in glorious Relovision.
And
My
hey,
port did not engage.
hey, Maswin. Hi, Namaria.
Hey,
Hi,
everybody.
Serona. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh, delightful to see people turning up.
For the I genuinely for start of stream, the end road before despair kicks in for us all. Maybe if we spam enough amounts of the return. I have been summoned. Hello.
All it took was the children all holding hands and
Uh-huh.
singing.
All we just needed was to summon my Clow card. There we go. We did it.
It's because I was bent over your where your body would be, and a single tear rolled down my beak, and
There we go. All we needed was those two, and I've been summoned. The demonic ritual is and thank you very much for the sub, Namir. Yeah, much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Caster's gonna get too powerful.
Okay, so when we last stopped playing, because I have no idea how long the end game of this is. This might be an hour. This might be 3 hours. I have genuinely no clue.
We're gonna find out. I could be even more.
I genuinely have no clue of what's going to be involved here, but yeah, last that we entered into this this secret base, and this group of rowdy teens spoke to Professor Turo, who for some reason, unfortunately, Area Zero isn't co-op friendly.
Oh,
mean, we did kind of get disconnected from each other in this area here when we went through the cutscene. So we might not be able to run around the area together, but we'll be running through the area simultaneously. You just won't see it on camera. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I will be, pulling my best, radio announcer, keeping my exploits live.
Let's go and see what these three have to say, and then we're going to go hit the cutscene, and then we'll see if we can actually connect to each other. We'll try. My voice was kind of up here and a bit cockney, as I recall. Tiro used to be really famous. Everyone knew who he was, but he hasn't been in the media for like ages. Whereas Arvin, on the other hand, was very, very nasally and a bit of a rich kid. Okay, there we go.
I feel like it's getting more every stream.
I just have to, well, going relatively extreme helps me settle into it every time. Guess we'd better proceed below as requested.
I wonder if the professor's any good at Pokemon battling.
The only thing on her mind. She has one thought.
I have one brain cell, and it is dedicated.
Good God. I've been waiting all week for this. Oh, that's really good to hear. I'm so sorry I didn't do any promo previously to this. I have been away for work all week and just didn't really have the time to go and do much in the way of setup. So I kind of got, like, after taking a nap, after finishing work today, I was like, shit, I need to make a tweet. So the fact that people have shown up is actually really nice. Thank you very much. Professor Turo, on the other hand, is very deep and quite gravelly. Very, almost Captain Nora Marvale style of voice. Biometric identification in progress. Identities confirmed. Which is not a thing a human would say, quite concerningly.
Yeah.
Access granted to lower level.
I don't know about y'all. I am always confirming my friends' identities. It opened for us automatically.
Not quite. Looks to me like someone's controlling this thing remotely.
I guess we couldn't hear the professor saying that.
Once you step through, you'll be above Area Zero. Rafter, you brought Maridon with you.
Why can you say no?
Just lie. I thank you for bringing it with you on your many adventures. If you utilize Miraidon's gliding capabilities, you should be able to descend into the depths to reach Area 0. What? Isn't there, like, an elevator or something? Wait, and did you say Miraidon can fly?
She has literally only seen this thing eat sandwiches and lick her.
When you reach the bottom, I will get in touch with you once again. I hope your trip is uneventful. I perpetually confirm people's identities in my life. Whenever I walk up to someone, I pry their eyes wide open to retina scan them like a human might. Arvin's been through one too many Dungeons and Dragons campaigns. Railroading people into stuff, just like always. You never would run a sandbox, Dad. I hated that about you.
I can't wait to see what Pokemon live down in Area 0. Let's go! Let's go!
That girl, is she like incapable of fear or what? I guess we'd better go too. This voice is all over the place, but we'll settle into it as the stream continues. They just stand at the edge and look at this 50-foot drop and go like, nah. Caster, ready for the worst? Good, that's all we needed to hear. I guess we aren't able to connect to the internet out here.
Okay, yeah, Pokeportal is still a no-go. Okay.
We'll see once we get into like an area where Pokemon can spawn and see what happens, but it would just teleport us out of this area, I assume.
You're probably right.
Get out that Pokemon of yours and we'll be off. Ooh, cutscene. I was expecting to manually fly down, but I guess not. Agia.
Yeah.
Oh, reticence. Scared of heights. That's what I'd say.
Oh, no wonder. But no need to be scared if we go together.
How does that logic work? And I'm just like, okay, yeah.
It just pops on mid-frame.
Jesus Christ. Fearing for my life. I don't like roller coasters, so the idea of trying to do something like skydiving would shit me up so bad.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say something would shit them up.
Oh, yeah. No, it's... I guess that might be a British term of phrase as well, but...
This is a lot more placid looking than I expected.
How strong is Arvin to be able to pull you onto Miraidon? He's big and strong. He eats his sandwiches. But yeah, this is more luscious than I was expecting. Oh, tunes? And now I'm back here again. I think I might have died once or twice out there.
Agia.
Oh, what's wrong? Does not like being out here. It chose to go back into its ball. It's probably just hungry or something. Ugh. Wait a second. Where's the student council girl?
60 feet away. Guys, I found a Charizard!
It's attacking me, help! What? She's gone. You don't think she...
Everyone, you gotta see this! Area 0 is amazing! Come on already!
I guess your ability would be own tempo, huh? Oh, funny that in world they're cognizant that Pokemon abilities exist. Biometric identification in progress. 4 humans identified. Condition satisfactory. Vital signs all within normal range. It appears you were able to make the descent without being harmed.
Me when my friends show up.
Instead of asking how was the flight.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, smooth sailing. Who could possibly complain about a landing like that?
That is good. I had concerns you might fail, given the crudeness of the only available access method. I think your dad's sarcasm detector needs fixing.
Aw, were you worried about us? That's so sweet.
You should now make your way to meet me at the Zero Lab in the deepest part of Area Zero. However, the entrance to the lab is barred by 4 locks. Oh? Installed on the exterior, which I cannot unlock. 4 locks. On your way to me, you must visit 4 research stations that were constructed inside the crater. At each station, you will be able to disable one of the locks. Do so as you make your way down. I hope you succeed.
Man, I didn't realize we were getting the Undertale true ending today.
I mean, Toby Fox is involved.
True. Yes! Let's disable the 4 locks and get into that lab. Sounds kind of video gamey when you say it out loud, huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, now that I've acknowledged it, it's okay. Come on, time to find our way to the deepest part of Area Zero.
Yeah. I mean, I was given a very specific spoiler about, I guess, a fragment of this plot. And it seems to be pretty accurate. Cool. And this is also a new area of the game, so we can catch a Pokemon out here.
All of our friends are running with us.
That's cool.
Huh.
I did see a Raichu down there, and oh, it's now a Chansey. Oh my god, there are a lot of Pokemon out here.
Okay, let's go.
Grand.
Yeah.
This is some like near automata shit. Hoomst? Oh, Girafarig, I say.
Oh, Farigiraf is over there. I don't.
Oh,
think
you
I
have
will,
the
Frankie.
you have the evolved version. Oh, this tree is partially crystallized.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. So this is
Holy
inside the
shit.
Great Plateau. Feels different from just seeing it in our textbooks. It's so intense. Normally we'd never get in here ourselves. Huh? Where did Miraidon go?
It seems like he got spooked or something.
Can we even get back to the surface without it?
Oh, should be alright. I caught a flying taxi out of the crater. They'll always come through if you give a sob story.
Why don't you just call the professor?
None of your business, Pipsqueak.
Jeez, no need to bite my head off. What are you getting all huffy about anyway? God, that went fast. I need an area where I can turn up the game volume without blowing my ears out. Hold on.
I am very afraid of running into one of these Pokemon.
Here we go.
There are so many of them around.
My background music is 10. I just have the game volume quite low. I'm gonna be bumping the game volume up just a little bit. Chat, do tell me if it's too loud. I can also turn it up in my own ears, but hopefully that should be better. Because, oh shit, I did not know
Yeah,
this music
right?
was in the game, and
Me neither. Hell yeah.
Ah!
Hell yeah.
that Venomoth almost got me.
Oh.
What a miserable thing to be my last catch of the game.
I think there's a Corviknight that's currently haranguing me. Okay, I see a lab in the distance. Unfortunately, it's a long way down from where that's a lot of
So Penny, how'd you wind up with friends? Huh? Well, I guess he just came for me when everything was going off the rails. Carson was a big help getting that all sorted out. So, he helped you too. What about you then? What about you, Nomomona? Carson and I are classmates. Oh my god, impossible at this speed. I'm sorry. I cannot.
Especially while trying to not run into a Venomoth.
The Budsmith Caster Club. Very good. A low kicks.
And I'm not there. Makes you think. Alright, it does whip.
Ooh! Let's go.
Oh,
no, it's fine.
Okay.
Are you okay?
I'm okay, yeah. I saw, like, there's some shallow water that I wanted to wade through to get an item, and then it was like, oh, because I'm not on Koraidon, I am wading so slowly, and I'm afraid something's gonna jump me.
I can't. So Masmoon, you can let us know. Oh, here's the area. Here's the first boss. Oh, fucking Bravery showed up. Bravery is huge. Jesus.
They are very big. The bird is big, folks.
Masmoon, you might know, because there are, in some parts of the game, there are discrete areas where we get a new title change for entering into a space. Does Area 0 have that? Because that would be good to know. I would be willing to separate them out. I think we discussed this a little bit previously between us off air. How we've kind of resolved it is that if there are multiple areas, we would catch one per area and then choose one to be our Pokemon. Because, you know, having a team full of Paradox Pokemon would be absurd. It doesn't actually have discrete areas. It's just the one space. This may resolve then that... it might be the first, sticking to the rules, it'll be the first mon that we catch that we use. I probably may catch the Paradox Pokemon as they show up. Very obvious delineations between areas. Okay. So if we see this area, if we see it stop being grassland, we'll know that this area has ended, I think. I think that's fair.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we'll pick our select for Area 0 after the fact. Because I don't want to be going out on a Venomoth, you know what I mean?
Okay, so you're proposing that we are basically, it's like catch what we catch and then pick one thing from that?
Yeah. So if each area has very obvious delineations, whatever I will catch one thing, the first thing, in what is, I guess, grassland area, and then if the next area is like fucking desert or whatever, it will be my desert catch. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I may have to unearth my notebook and kind of track that. Actually, I'll go do that now. Go read that Nimona line and I'll retrieve the notebook.
Ah, I bet that's what we're looking for. I'm having a really hard time navigating down to these things. Okay, no, I think I found the right way. Cool. I just need to not get jumped by a giraffe rig.
Why did I do this? Okay, here it is. Right. Making a new entry in my little book, and I will do it in my nice fancy fountain pen because it's important. We are in area. Oh gosh. It needed a clean.
Oh, man. This place is so dense.
It has a lot of shit going on. It is, Area 0. And this is the grass area. Called such for now. I've got to get to class. No problem. Thanks for hanging out with us. I've genuinely not stopped listening to this area's theme since I first heard it. Absolute ear gold. I mean, yeah. It's so spooky. Really out of character for what Pokemon would normally do. But then I guess this is the same vibe as like the Ultra Beast stepping out of the realm of what is normally a Pokemon thing to really good effect. I think this is a similar vibe, you know?
Totally, yeah.
Oh yeah, what are they called? Radish rations?
Arvin. Research stations.
Well, I was close.
You have such a great memory, Arvin. I mean, Penny.
I forgot your name. That's great. It's my common sense compared to you lot, apparently. Oh. Oh, a Glamora. Ah, what the heck is that?
That's a Pokemon La Primera uses. I didn't know that species could be found in the Great Crater. I was gonna say, if anyone should know here, it's Nimona.
Hey, Velthek, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's almost a whole year.
I know, right? Thank you so much. Ooh, we have a battle version. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. Gamer!
I wouldn't mind catching this. This is a cool Pokemon to get.
I'm definitely not catching this thing.
Is it bad? Oh, we all fight it.
It's not. Oh, interesting. Glamora isn't bad, but it's a hazard setter.
Level 62, so it's oh, the slap base. Oh my god.
Holy moly, let's go.
Yeah, no, I have the wrong Pokemon for this. Hold on. Oh, hell yeah. What is this soundtrack and why does it go? Oh, goodbye, never mind.
Okay.
I mean, midday Lycanroc is a good Pokemon, apparently, or the strongest incarnation of the three.
What move did it use? I looked down for a second.
It's the drill attack, the rock drill or the ground drill attack, I guess.
Oh, Drill Run. Wow, yeah, that's 4 times effective. There are going to be a lot more of these rare Pokemon down here, you think?
You think that was something? Please, you've got no idea how terrifying Area Zero really is. I guess I have to give him a bit more of a serious voice now that we're in this circumstance. Also, yes, the soundtrack does go incredibly hard in this area, Valthek. I hope you're doing well.
Wow, patronizing much?
Easy, you two. Let's just head inside the radish dish or whatever it was.
They all like me, but not each other. Yes, you're doing much better. Nice. I'm glad you recovered.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay. Oh, somebody was actually sleeping here?
Wow.
Jesus.
Are these ancient ruins?
They look far too recent for that.
It appears you have reached your first research station without incident. More gravel, there we go. This facility was constructed 87 years ago as a way station for those surveying Area Zero.
Ah, so that's why there's a bed. Oh, looks like we can use this place to rest up if we need to.
Caster, if you would be so kind as to disable the first lock on the lab using that central panel.
Yes. So you're gonna hear me going like, ooh, to the music for just the rest of the stream. I'm so sorry.
Well done. Please continue your efforts at the remaining research stations.
Let's check out those open books, too.
Although it seems like my wallet is about to do a lot worse. Local store just sent out an email with the Star Wars Shatterpoint pre-orders. Oh, so is there a new Star Wars like miniature game coming out or something? Or is Shatterpoint a Star Wars? I do not star a war, so I'm very out of the loop on that specific fandom. But new miniature war game, nice. I mean, I might get some of the droids from that. I'll have a funny robot. Funnily enough, my miniature collection's surprisingly light on funny robots. I assume this is Professor Turo. Thanks to my prototype Terra Orb, I secured corporate funding for my research and made a laboratory in the lighthouse near Cabo Poco. Someday, though, I'll return to the crater and resume my study of these crystals. Ooh, with the sets from the Clone Wars series, so they're most like they have that kind of Gennady Tarkovsky kind of angular style to them. That's cool. We've determined that this energy crystallization is linked to being what we call the interlocking hexagonal plates that comprise shell must somehow cause this phenomenon, which I have dubbed terrestrializing. Hexagonal? Hold on, let me reread that again. Interlocking hexagonal plates.
What has a shell that has interlocking hexagonal plates?
I mean, not a Blastoise.
Okay, yes, I agree. I do not think it is Blastoise Caster.
Yeah, but I'm kind of like, hold on, what genuinely trying to rack my brain of Pokemon designs I've seen that are like tessellating hexagons in their design. It's not fucking Combi. It's not Cryogonal. It might be Combi. Combi is native to the area.
I doubt Combi is causing the terrestrialization phenomenon.
Fucking Zygarde. True.
Oh.
Good call, Valthek.
Yeah,
also,
that is a much more compelling idea. That just takes you back to the start.
You can teleport to the entrance. Good. Fortress. Not quite. I mean, the kind of like other legendaries that will be available as time goes by is going to be worth exploring, I suppose. I almost never saw my dad in my whole life. Oh, is it time for the backstory reveal? Shh. He was always busy with work, hardly ever came home. I cooked for myself, cleaned for myself, and Mabostov was my only friend. So yeah, I don't really know him at all, even if he is my dad. I try not to think too much about it, be proud that he was a genius. Truth is, I'd rather have just had a dad. I haven't seen him in ages now, unless you count seeing him on TV or whatever. And even though email stopped a couple of years ago, and then when he appears out of the blue, we've got to do errands for him, some family, right? Oh, but I'm not here to judge or anything. And I'm sorry about earlier, I shouldn't have snapped at you like that. Ooh, Faragaret, evolved version. My name's Penny.
You know, you're actually pretty nice for a pipsqueak.
Hey, don't call me a pipsqueak. I mean, I am holding out for the Paradox Pokemon. Also, we can't, like, ride, so getting to certain areas feels difficult.
A lot of Corviknight down here.
What? Oh, that's the baby version? Oh, it's Flabebe. Yeah, don't want that.
Filled with the haunting knowledge that it's very possible I'm just going to see a shiny form in the distance and not recognize it due to the lighting or whatever.
I mean, real as shit. real as shit. I'm so lucky that I need to clip that at some point, actually, because I think I screamed upon seeing that shiny Cecil. Oh, this reminds of the kind of like cave area that's on the surface.
Yeah, there is definitely a smaller, similar area.
Last time I was here, I was trying to see my dad. Got about this far and then got attacked.
What Pokemon was it?
Wasn't even like a Pokemon, more like this weird metallic machine thing.
Wasn't sure if it was a Pokemon just more robot-y than average. It's a different creature altogether, and it hurt my Mabostov real bad. The voices are just out of the window. I can't. I'm so sorry, I'm trying. The man is like, we gotta catch it then. I'm glad that the game is aware of the way that they characterize these teens.
Oh, jeez. Almost ran into a Venomoth.
What color? Oh, that's a Corviknight. Cool. Okay, I was like, that's a purple Wargle, which is the name of the Japanese name of bravery. Wargle. Ah! Shit. I didn't even touch it, but hey, them's the breaks. Oh, at least we get gems. Okay.
Yeah, for real. Uh-oh.
At 52, I don't think even if it nasty plots more than once, I don't think I'm going to be too scared. But
Probably not. Probably not. Ooh, the base.
Thunderbolt would absolutely kill it. Hold on.
Speaking of base, I am rolling up to the next lab.
And is it still within grass zone?
Yes.
Ice Fang is not especially strong, so that should...
No.
Rock Organ, let's go. Ooh, double paralysis. You hate to see it, Girafarig.
Ooh, this thing really is throwing out all the nasty plots.
I think I can get away with a second one.
Yo, Whiskers has a bad special defense, actually. Do you have a dark type you can switch to or something, just in case?
Okay, we'll switch to Chromodons to start throwing Ultra Balls. I think we might be fine.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Oh, it has a side name now because we got to the end game. That's nice.
Huh?
A Pokemon can have titles when they meet certain conditions. So it's now Chromodoncer, the reliable partner.
Huh.
Please? Oh, it's a crit catch anyway. Who cares?
Okay, there we go. We take those.
I assume I still have access to my box out here, but
I would assume so.
well, not what I wanted, but we'll retrieve and name it later. If I run into a Paradox Pokemon in the grass area, I'ma be mad, but that's... Oh, Jesus. Immediately upon exiting.
Round 2.
Hey, there's some JRPGs where if you get multiple aggros simultaneously, you do waves of fights instead, which I actually quite like. That's a fun idea.
I think I kind of would have liked if this game took a note from, what is it?
Oh, Arceus, where multiple things can fight you simultaneously.
Yeah, I thought that was
That
really
shit's
fun.
mean, though. When people fight you with 3 things at once, that sucks.
Oh,
It's
I don't
cool.
think
It's cool, but it's like, oh my god, that's cheat.
I think it's a fun gimmick in my mind, and also it would, we could have more double battles maybe.
Oh, if you sent out 2 Pokemon when the game did that, yes, please, that's cool, that's good. For the story to jump me, there's like no threat for losing in Arceus, really. For most kind of named fights, they just stay there and you fight them again because you go back to full health. But the first time they jumped me with 3 when I only had 1, I was like, man, come on. My level match is one of what are you?
The thing is, in Arceus, it's very like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's generally like they will throw 1 thing that is on level curve at you and then 2 things that are significantly weaker. And they don't even all act at the same time.
This is true.
Okay, there we go.
The second research station. About time too. All right. Maswoon has vanished off into the ether, but I might ask them.
Yeah, let's head in and take a breather. Catherine?
Oh, right, sorry. No, it's fine. I can ask that question later. It's not actually super important.
I thought you'd
sorry,
have a
did I
bit
miss
more.
something?
No. I was trying to type a message to Maswoon in chat because I know that they are present but don't have audio on, so I wouldn't be able to address them vocally. But it's not important. I was kind of like, oh, do you have any insight on whether this is like a new area because it's a new station? I don't know if the area is designed like that. We'll probably return and find out. At least I'm in a position to check.
I thought you'd have a little bit more stamina, student council girl.
Whew, I'm just full of surprises.
That wasn't a compliment, you know.
Ah!
Here. Oh shit!
I mean, I'm catching it.
It doesn't count. I can't use it. But hey.
Get that iron bundle.
Oh, this is a mandatory fight, so it also wouldn't count anyway. I have no option in.
Yeah, a Screamtail showed up for me.
Oh my gosh, so cute. Also, hi Dre, hello. There.
Penny, iron bundle is banned to Ubers, watch out!
What the? Ah! Costa, it's battle time. Oh, Miasgrad is a bad fucking matchup for this.
Very.
What do I have? Annihilate?
Give the freaking Reviform.
Oh, sure. Because I also want to, like, even if I can't use this as a penny of Team Star, I actually get a subtitle. That's nice. Even if I can't actually use this as part of the route, I do want to catch it.
I don't see, like, there's no ball option on screen.
Oh, so we do actually have to fight the thing. Okay, fair enough.
Looks like it.
How you doing, Dre? It's been a hot second. I hope you've been okay.
Hey, Drew. Screen needs rest. Rude.
Oof. That did not an insignificant amount of damage. Chanting in the bowel, too.
Umbreon, I need you to stop using baby doll eyes and to start doing something.
Start saying you'll hit me and hit me already. Catch some of this playthrough. Yeah, you caught us at the tail end. Have you been playing Scarlet Violet yourself, Dre? Paradox Pokemon give pretty good EXP though. Seriously, what was that? Darn thing scared me half to death.
It's definitely kind of mechanical looking for a Delibird, wasn't it?
No kidding.
Come on, let's get inside already. One more jump scare like that and I'm done for.
This looks pretty much the same as the first research station. Seems like wild Pokemon don't come in here. We should be, safe to catch our breath.
Hey, seriously, what's wrong? What's with this place? That Pokemon?
I've been wondering about that myself. I think maybe that Pokemon was one of these.
Huh? What's that book?
Monsters of Area Zero. As we descend further into Area Zero, we begin to catch glimpses of mysterious Pokemon, though we wondered if these compact, cruel beasts were indeed Pokemon at all. One of our team suffered a brutal blow from such a beast and was mortally wounded, forcing us to retreat for a time. A member of the survey team captured this photograph by chance. I notice a passing resemblance to the Pokemon known as Donphan, yet differences such as its texture and the way it moves suggest it is biologically separate, to say nothing of its treads of iron.
Monsters of Area Zero?
They aren't actually Pokemon?
I really don't know.
Are they Digimon?
I suppose as far as the futuristic ones are concerned, possibly.
What do you think, Raptor?
I think they really are just Pokemon. I mean, if Ultra Beasts are Pokemon.
Yeah, same. I mean, they look different, sure, but they use moves in battle just like the Pokemon we know.
I suppose now the time has come for an explanation.
Professor?
Some of the life forms you see residing now within Area Zero are future Pokemon that lived in a distant day we have yet to see. Future Pokemon?
What? That's awesome!
Come on, there's no way that's possible. The Zero Lab where I am located contains a time machine. What? Fucking excuse me. It summons the future Pokemon to this place.
It's serious. Okay. So, the thing my dad spent forever researching down here, he actually got it working.
Indeed, though the cost was catastrophic. The cost?
There's a dust ball just sitting in the center of my scene here. I'm
Just
gonna take a
chilling.
picture of that.
But a time machine? You mean you can actually travel to and from the future? Real talk, I think I know what that is. That's a placement marker that's sitting slightly too high. Because I've seen occasionally in my game, there's been like a Pokeball partially buried in a doorways, which I assume is a marker for if I step on it, it moves me, and it's just leveled wrong, which is funny. Anyway,
Yeah.
but a time machine, you mean you can actually travel to and from the future?
It is theoretically possible to travel to the future. However, for a being such as a human, it would not be possible to return to the present.
Oh, that's horrifying. Dad, you...
Why did you call us here to Area Zero? Arden, I. If possible, I would like us to speak when we can meet face to face. It will be easier for you to understand once you can see the situation for yourself. Now then, Rafter, please use the central panel here and disable another lock on my lab.
This is increasingly feeling like a terrible fucking idea.
Right.
You heard the professor. Better press it.
Well done. Please continue your efforts at the remaining research stations. Hey, Caster. You know that book he told me to bring? I think it's got something to do with this place. Or more like, everything to do with this place. But I'm not the one he expects to fix whatever all this is. You are. I think you should be the one to carry it. The Violet Book.
We may have to pop open that in key items and actually see if there's something to be read in it.
True.
Take care of it for me, okay, Caster?
We're all traveling toward the future at 1 second per second, except when we
Let's
fast
read the
travel.
books from left to right instead of from right to
Oh.
left, because I think they're... Yeah, I think they're meant to be read in order.
At last, I can resume work on the Terra project. I'll move my research to the Zero Lab this month. My team will be smaller, but no matter. The strong influence of the crystals makes our experiments much more unstable. The crystal's power is tremendous, but their unstable output made our corporate backers fret. But if we can harness this energy, we'll open up research possibilities we've only dreamed of. At last, paradise will be ours to create.
And it isn't Macrocosmos? Because that's very much a Macrocosmos line.
Let's see, looking at the Scarlet book. Yeah, nothing interesting.
Oh.
Macrocosmos being the antagonist of the previous game.
Yeah, they are the company that Professor Rose was the CEO of before a kid beat him up and he got fired. Also, before he caused a bit of a domestic incident. I'm not quite sure if it counts as terrorism, but yeah.
Just trying to do some corporate accelerationism.
I've forgotten about them. It's strange because Macrocosmos are directly involved in everything in the game's world and design. It's just that they are not directly discussed, which is interesting, actually, because, you know...
what are your parents like, Nimona?
Normal, I guess. Are you serious? I know about your dad. He's on the board of the Rotom Phone Company. Wait, how do you know that? I mean, everyone knows that. He's famous.
So Nimona's actually a pampered little princess.
Ugh, no way. That's so not my thing. Though, yeah. I guess you could say that mother and father were, like, hands off. I mean, her house is massive. So, yeah, that tracks. Bonk. Big sister will probably take over the business. They let me do what I wanted. Wait, you call them mother and father? That is some princess stuff. Ah, Penny, is your family super normal then? My family is unbelievably annoying. Like super overprotective, you mean? It's just my dad. He's loud and clingy and makes up weird nicknames like Pen Pen. He's the most annoying guy in the world. That's a real downer for your dad. Don't you dare take his side. Carter, how about you? Your mother seems super nice. You met her? Yeah, got a glimpse of an amazing looking sandwich she made as well.
Really? I wish I could have seen that.
I was fully expecting, with the way that people like talking about Pokemon moms and the moment being like, and she has amazing body as well.
Yeah, she's built like a Pixar mom.
I mean, if people are going to be incredibly normal about characters in Pokemon games, at least they're with the adults, huh? Dre, I'm sorry. Well, they're just handing away mints down here, although mild isn't a super useful one.
No, they are not. Are they good-natured mints? No, but they're free.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
The mints are free. Oh, you found you're just way ahead of me. Sorry for lollygagging.
Okay, you're not that far away.
Oh, I see it. 2 elixirs, thank you. Sorry, there was a little nook. Oh, okay, that feels like a different area. That looks like progress. Can I summon? I cannot summon Miraidon. Miraidon is gone.
I'm kind of surprised you didn't try earlier.
I was enjoying being in the space. Also, I would, with my hand-eye coordination, directly drive into a Pokemon.
Fair.
All right, another research station.
And who do we get jumped by now? Fucking Iron Valiant shows up.
Ah, nice. We get to chill for a minute.
Something's gonna jump at us again, 100% guaranteed.
Oh, Penny, such a worrywart.
Huh?
We're done.
Whoa! See? I'm genre aware.
Wait a sec. This is just like that Titan Pokemon we saw. So it was a future Pokemon all along?
Oh, whoa. You battled one of these before, Arthur? You look seriously strong.
Yeah, well, Costa and I are old pros when it comes to Titans. Leave this to us.
Oh, we get to team up with each of them in turn. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Do we get Garganackle? Oh, I guess we get Mabosstiff. That's his ace. Yeah. Odd that Nemona sent out Lycan Rock then. Well, I guess Penny's ace is Sylveon, so it's just whoever the fuck they feel like, I guess.
Yeah, I'm switching Core Swing for this. I guess if he uses Rock Slide, that could be bad, but
I mean, this is a steel ground for me, so I gotta go with something with a fighting attack.
Yeah. So crit Mabasta for half its health.
Ooh, Fire Fang. All right. And the bird? Intimidated and burn.
Okay,
Fuck to your attack
go.
damage.
Okay, and Great Tusk goes down.
Nemona just wants to scrap with everything. Yeah, we've kind of got this running joke that she's definitely like a battle yandere, especially when it comes to us. See that? Victory's ours. Maybe the one we saw when we were searching for the Herba Mystica came from down here.
You two got to meet one of these Pokemon before our crater get-together? Jealous.
If you've got things from the little future roaming around Paldea, that's a major problem. Isn't Professor Turo doing anything to keep them under control? How could he let this happen?
Yeah, right. Because it's not like the so brilliant Professor Tiro ever messes up. Come on, Caster, let's get into the research station.
I like that the world map is just kind of like, no idea where the fuck you are right now.
Yeah. And made it to station number 3. How we doing after all that walking and battling and whatnot? Anyone need a rest? You feeling rough, Penny?
Oh no, it's not that. I've just been thinking ever since the professor mentioned that time machine. The Pokemon here in Area Zero came to our time from the future, right? So what about Miraidon? Isn't it pretty likely that it's one of those future Pokemon? You're right. Considering how it looks.
Huh. I think you're onto something. It is kind of giving off ancient vibes. Even its name sounds tiny. Wait a sec, I totally forgot. Hey, Arvin. You had Fox Legendary's Ball, and you told us about its forms in the first place. You must know something about it, right?
Ugh, you still remember that from way back? No wonder you're everybody's little star people. I guess I got no choice then but to tell you what I know.
Every time I see like character design art from a character in FE Engage, I'm like, gross. Fire Emblem has had good character designs at certain points in its career. I fucking hate all the designs of FE Engage I've seen so far. Wretched.
That Pokemon, Miraidon, that is. It was found by my dad when he was working on his time machine. I believe it would be best for me to take over the explanations at this point.
Professor.
Miraidon, which I entrusted Rafter, was the first Pokemon that successfully retrieved from the future by the time machine.
Seriously?
Through analysis of its genetic makeup, as well as its behavioral patterns, I came to realize that what I had discovered was in fact a futuristic form of Cyclizar, the Pokemon commonly ridden in this region.
Well, that makes sense, I guess. They do look alike.
Many other Pokemon also came to this place from across the boundaries of time, but I was never able to bring over more than 2 specimens of Miraidon.
What? There's a second?
Huh? You mean there's another one around here somewhere?
What if they were family? The other one could still be somewhere in Area Zero, waiting to finally be reunited with our Miraidon.
Either Turo has that second Miraidon and it's like level 80, or we have a Titan to fight before we're done here.
Oh god, yo, okay, that'd be pretty sick.
A heartwarming family reunion.
Exactly. Imagine how thrilled they'll be if we get the family back together after all this time.
Family, huh? Yeah, that sounds nice. If we could proceed, Caster? Please disable the next lock by using the central panel there.
Oh, I guess the other book is on the chair up to the left. Yeah.
Well done. Only one remains now. Please continue on to the final research station.
I'm ready to hit the bed before you leave.
I've successfully brought more and more future Pokémon to our time since the first one. I'm so close to creating a world like the one in the book. A paradise where we three can live happily together forever.
Three?
I must make it real.
Yeah, right about that.
Uh-huh.
Our time machine researchers yielded a triumph. The Pokémon from the distant future. They've named it Miraidon. I was expecting one new life to treasure. But what a great fortune to be blessed with this gift as well.
Oh, so this was from around the time that they had Arven, I guess. I guess 3 would be Arven's other parent.
Or it's just Arvin, the professor, and the Box Legend.
Oh. Oh dear. That's almost more sad in that the other
Right.
parent is already kind of just super not in the picture. By the time any of this occurs, they ollied out like fast. Engage is so strange. I agree with you that the character designs and style are very not appealing at all. I mean, you know, if they're gonna, interesting that they're hiring a range of different character designers and illustrators for each FE game, or at least that's what they've been doing over the last couple of years. They've been using a different lead designer each time. It's just that this one's not very good, and that happens. Because like the character designer for a lot of Sword and Shield was James Turner. Like he was the lead, and
It's gonna be more
he's
dialogue.
so Miraidon's a future Pokemon. No wonder no one's seen it before. Caster, you gotta let me battle Miraidon right now. It still won't come out of its Pokeball. Oh, right. That was the first I heard of it coming from the future myself. It was just some weird Pokemon that my dad brought home all of a sudden one day. We all lived together in the Lighthouse Lab for a little while. My dad made me promise to keep it a secret, and I had to take care of it for him too. So that's why you know so much about it. Yeah. And then one
Oh,
day...
shit. I found a Flutterwing.
Oh, once that happened, Area 0... I guess that makes sense if it's a Pokemon from a different age. Yeah, if
Oh my
people
God.
found out, it'd be all over the news. I didn't see my dad or Miraidon again after that for ages. Looking back on it now, it seems stupid, but at first I felt like I lost my dad because of Miraidon. Just hated it and everything about it, didn't even want to talk about it. Sorry for not telling you what I knew sooner. You should be sorry. Shoot, that's like the coolest thing ever. Yep, sure. Penny's like, you should have told us yes, you idiot.
Sorry, I was too distracted by getting a Fluttermane. If
You
we
went
could
into the
pause-
cave?
There was a side cave that I went into.
Oh, yes, the side cave that I found before and didn't go into. That's where Floodmane
Yes.
is, I suppose. Sure.
Let's. Are you down to name?
Yeah. Give me a second to get somewhere
I
sensible.
will also need you to tell me what the reveal was in that dialogue, because boy, I was just like.
Hold on. No, not my bag. So basically, because this was also me trying to read it and giving that information a little too fast. But the general gist is that Arven was around when when Miraidon initially showed up, but because it was essentially just absolutely wild it attacked Arven and a whole bunch of other Pokemon, and after that, Turo took Miraidon away and locked himself and Miraidon away for further research. Also because if the news of that kind of got out to the general public, that would be a huge problem. So After Tiro was already pretty emotionally distant from Arven, after Miraidon making essentially a threat on Arven's life, Tiro went, well, that's a problem, and decided to solve that by just not seeing Arven ever again. So,
Oh my god.
bad, Dad. Dad is bad. Okay. Naming this thing that I will, I guess, never use.
But hey, I may very well use this Fleur main.
Under and reasonably so. He
And
uses the
also keep
options
in mind,
available to you.
I think if you just like go to the move relearn menu and teach it Twin Beam, it will just evolve right now.
Yeah, and turn it into for a giraffe, which is a cool looking Pokemon. It's just under-leveled, and I already have a Psychic type that's of the correct level, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess, cool, I got it.
Okay, my brain has been blanking. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we'll... Oh, sorry, I just realized I should save that for later.
Okay.
Okay.
TGC, understood.
Okay, got it. 3, 2, 1, lash.
Mirror lash.
Mirror lash. Ooh, okay.
How edgy.
I was thinking like an eyelash. L-A-S-H. Very good. Two separate names, I think, for words. And the one I caught is plus attack minus speed. Not the right nature. But
you can
okay.
change that whenever the fuck you want.
Yeah, friend, we can mint you later.
And then we're just gonna go and change its moves and make it remember a move. Is it Twin Beam?
Yes.
I'm starting to get a bit of audio desync, but that's fine. I can refresh it a little bit. And then it needs to level up once, I think. I heard Merit Lodge, and I'm expecting a flying indestructible 2020. Oh sure, there's a Magic the Gathering card that's like the thing in the ice, and it has like a whole bunch of, it comes in with a whole bunch of counters and removes a counter every turn, and then if all the counters have disappeared, it then turns into a 2020 flying indestructible like sea monster.
Oh god.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of decks that are based around the idea of removing all those counters too early on purpose, so you just get a 2020 very, very quickly. I really like Frigiraff's design, very cool.
Right? It's very fun.
I don't know why people are like, oh, its butt became its head. Like, have people not heard of a tail before? What the fuck? Right, let me go wander back into that area that I thought was progress and go catch a Paradox Pokemon because I want one. It'll take, especially considering I have to do all this shit on foot, it'll take a while to come back here, so.
You better not lose your sense of direction.
Yeah, God. Oh God, yeah, no, it's just... Oh, there are multiple cases. Oh, is that a Volcarona? Just a regular Volcarona?
There's just Volcaronas hanging around.
Man, I could have fucking caught a Volcarona. Shit. I mean, you already have one, but I don't have that kind of fire damage dealer out and about.
Oh, there's a Screamtail in here in the Progress Cave. I'm just gonna catch that real fast.
There are multiple caves that are around here, actually. Wow.
Yeah, when I say the Progress Cave, I mean the actual Progress Cave.
Yeah. I understood what you meant.
Okay.
This one's just full of pretty regular Pokemon.
That's the right one.
This is the right one. It was just a very rare spawn, huh?
Didn't seem rare. I saw a couple others pop up. It's just, maybe your stuff is,
Oh, Jugulus. Wow. Hi. What type are you?
Dark flying. Okay, Screamtail get.
Hi. Oh, it's 59. That's not scary. There we go. Good. God, because the slap base in Sword and Shield was already very good. And this is just coming in more of the heat. Alright, Iron Jugulis, you're mine. You don't get a nickname, but I'm glad I caught you. You look cool. God, if I miss the chance to be able to put Iron Valor in my team, I'm very sad. I'll live. We'll move on with our lives, but like
I don't think it's gonna happen because it's like in a separate area.
yeah, it's in a
So I've heard.
like it's so much not next to the dex entries of all the other Paradoxmon. But hey, you know, having any of the Paradoxmon in my final lineup would be nice. But I think most of them look pretty cool. Or
There's a Flutter main that I was like, oh, I'll catch this one for to give to caster after this. It knows Power Gem and it did a lot of damage on Exodia Light, but we live in.
okay. You're still breathing.
We're still breathing. I'm just like, yeah, we're sending Opal Peak out. God.
Right, let's not have Miralash on my team because I do not need it.
It just chose to use Shadow Ball and did so much damage to Opal Beak. What is this thing doing? It's picking. Okay, it's a wild Pokemon. It's picking moves at random. It's just so happened to pick very good.
It's got your number.
Yeah, I guess I'll switch to Chromadancer and just hope that it doesn't use a Psychic type attack. Fucking hell, this is bad.
You can always run if it gets bad.
I think I should just run. Fuck, it used Dazzling Gleam. Okay, that did much less damage than
okay,
the other
you still live in, but like,
I'm just
don't.
Pokédolling out of this. Fuck this. This is not happening.
Oh, we're now in a proper cave area, and there are Jugulisci around. Oh, there's the lad. Is that a regular or the Iron Bundle?
There's no way that's an actual Delibird. That must be the.
We need a specific thing that's good against that. Here we go. Oh God, it came from my ass.
Okay, I need to. I'm just gonna run back to the lab and heal. God.
Well, this is a good Pokemon, and I'm glad that this
It's
is
a
my
very
cave
good one.
catch, but I'm like, don't kill it.
Oh, are we treating this cave as a separate area?
Maswoon did say that the areas of this space are very distinct. And I would say a switch to a cave area is area 2.
Okay. I mean, I don't know whether the cave is going to be a transitory thing or not, or like a transition
Well,
to
then,
a different area. Or if it is the area.
either or then. If this is the next area, then I'm happy to have this be my catch.
Okay.
And if it's not the next area, I now have an Iron Bundle that I'm not allowed to use. But,
Yeah, well, why don't you go ahead? We'll see how it goes. I've caught a Screamtail in the cave first. So if that's what I
Right,
get,
okay.
It's not the end of the world.
flip turn. Oh, right. It doesn't leave, though, right? Good.
No. But that rate is going to be hurting more. Oh, my God.
Well, we got it, lads. Fuck me. I was like, it's weakest. It will be fine. But it outsped me. Oh yeah, because that's why it's banned. Because it's just super fucking fast, right?
It's super fast and also hits like a truck.
That's fine. We'll hide and reveal it again. Give it a second.
Oh, there's a
Would you
Garganackle just walking around here.
would you mind summoning your scream tail then, and we'll decide what this thing is named.
Sure, yeah. If we're going to count this as our catch for the next area, yeah. I can do
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I mean, we could if you would rather hold on to that, like hold on to the thought until it becomes relevant. That's fine. But,
Yeah, I kind of want to see if we're going to like roll out into another grass area, or if because if the next place is a distinct area, I'm okay with this being our catch. But if it's just more grass, but there is something sitting inside a wall there, and I'm just wondering what the hell that was. Oh, there's probably another screamtail. Okay.
Right. Let me. Where is
Okay, no,
the feed?
The cave may be another area. Well, I hit a cutscene.
Its own space, sure. Give me a
If you-
second.
Okay.
Go away for a while it resyncs the audio to visual. Doot.
Oh, this is a lengthy cutscene.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, cave is definitely the next area.
Okay. Cool.
So after you hit the cutscene,
Yeah. We'll resolve that. And there's a lot. The Pokemon here are very different. Wow. Really?
Oh my gosh, look at all these huge, gorgeous crystals. They go all the way to the bottom.
Oh, there's the final research station down there. One slip and we can kiss our short lives goodbye.
Oh, good call. Watch your step.
So the professor's down there somewhere, waiting for us. And that's fine. Totally fine. Alright, team. Watch yourselves and let's get to the bottom of this thing.
This place looks unreal. Maybe there really is treasure down here, like the stories say.
Yeah, this place looks like something from a whole other world. Makes you feel like you maybe already died and went somewhere.
Is it just me, or do the crystals here give off the same glow as Pokemon when they terrestrialize? There's got to be some sort of connection.
Only one way to find out. Come on, everybody, let's keep moving. We've got to go all the way down.
Delibird knows what you did. Delibird has a bundle of coal with your name on it. It's gonna get you a bundle of hurt. Oh god, there's
Okay.
like a specific. I think there's like maybe it's Marvel vs. Capcom, where somebody's like level 5 Ultra, their character's like, "You're in for a world of hurt," as they're about to go and fire some Mexa Beam super at you. I absolutely adore this whole place. It's so unique compared to everything else in the series. Yeah, it's like if the distortion world in like Diamond and, well, I guess Platinum had the fidelity to do more than give you some cubes to walk around. I'm probably going to be using my own bundle, so I'm just going to throw these 9 EXP candy larges into that motherfucker's mouth.
Okay, what are you replacing with it?
Probably Dondozo. It fills the same kind of slot. At least I have the fast water damage.
Yeah, I think if
Either that or Reverum. Reverum is useful for anti-fairy tech, but otherwise I would never
sure,
use
yeah,
it.
definitely. Yeah, I think either is fair.
65. What does it already know? Helping Hand, Freeze Dry's pretty good.
Oh, plus attack. Great.
And you can't exactly. I mean, I guess you could leave and go get a mint, but
Yeah, not a cool worry. Hey, I might have a bonus modest mint on hand. I'm not sure. Let me look. Oh, I do.
nice.
Clearly future-proofing.
Huh.
Attack stat. Speed stat, yeah. Let's give this little boy a car boost as well. There we go. With the distortion mod was good too, but this area just feels way better because there's a whole story rather than, oh, hey, Cyrus is doing shenanigans that are pretty poorly explained. Go wander around this one area and then never discuss it again. There we go, level 17.
Okay, I'm ready to name whenever you are.
Should it learn Hail? Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, not the setup. Okay. Check summary. We're gonna go hit that X button. All right.
Okay. 3. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1.
Freeze. Tiny freeze. It is pretty small. Because I was kind of like, oh, do I want to go with deep, like deep freeze, or is freeze more straightforward? And tiny deep would make no sense. Or deep.
Tiny deep.
So tiny freeze is definitely a better option here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick look at. I might. Let's see. Okay, Fluttermane is Ghost Fairy. I thought it was Psychic Fairy for some reason.
That's cool though. Hell yeah.
It is. I might replace Opal Beak. I'm gonna take a look at what moves it can get real fast.
Yeah, I don't think I need both Dondozo, Yo Whiskers, not Yo Mama Serona. Yeah.
Okay, so I would need to use TMs to give this thing like Psychic. Actually, let me see.
You might have Psychic as a TM on deck. Where did
I have Psyshock actually. That's just as good.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be going and replacing the Dondozo rather than Turbo Goblin for now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take Mirror Lash, and let's pour some large candies down your throat, buddy. 59.
Wow,
Okay.
what a cry.
Do I teach you Power Gem?
Electric to
I
drain.
don't have rock coverage actually. I think I might go with Power Gem instead of Mystical Fire. Yeah.
Present, not useful.
I mean, I have Volcarona. Okay, 64. I want this thing to learn Moonblast already. 67. Oh man, all my candies are going. 69. Okay, almost there.
Wait.
Just a little bit more.
Flip turn. I mean, flip turn is flip turn's physical though.
Yeah, it's it's a good move in multiplayer, but when you have a free switch out, I don't think so. It is nice of Alvec. Thank you for recognizing.
I think we're just going to be getting, what does more damage? Chilling Water saps power. No, we're just going to take Water Pulse. Instead of Flip Turn.
Don't have Surf?
No, apparently not.
Huh.
I swear I did at one point, or maybe it can't learn Surf.
Yeah, maybe it can. Huh. Oh, okay. It's not going to learn Moonblast for a while. Dazzling Gleam is not that much weaker. Yeah, well, it'll do. It'll do.
Could learn Hyper Beam.
Let me see. Yeah, I'm wondering if I have a good mint on hand. Let's see. Probably not. But hey, who knows?
Oh, we could get Garchomps down here in the place to be. What I will use these actually is.
I do have a modest mint on hand.
Nice.
Yeah, let's see. Oh man, if I had a timid mint so I could make it fast. Yeah, I don't, so I'll just go with modest. I'll go with the modest mouse. Hey, And now just to give it a held item, and I don't think it's... I don't
Oh
think
yes,
leftovers
giving it
is
a
that-
head hold item is a very good idea. Hold on.
Yes. I don't think leftovers is the one for me, just given how this thing is a glass cannon, which is scary. But
Do I have assault vest on deck?
hey. Oh,
Yeah, I do.
that's not a bad idea. Well, actually, okay. For you, I think that's a good idea. Fluttermane's special defense is actually quite good, but its physical defense and base HP are sticky.
Garbo. Sash?
Yes. Jeez, I could. Honestly,
I mean, I don't
could.
know how hard these things hit, you know? So maybe I fully expected to be running into like level 73 Paradox Pokemon that will one-shot stuff unprepared. So.
Yeah. I'm kind of thinking I don't have that on hand. I could just give it wise glasses, but it's like a 10% boost or something.
You know, it's options for the
Oh,
immediate.
I could give it choice scarf actually.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll give it choice scarf, and
Fuck was that?
I can regret that later.
Oh, it's a Dunsparce in the wall, I see. I was like, what's that pulsing thing over there? Oh, that's the Dunsparce. It's the double segment one. Is that rare?
No, it's triple segment is the rare one.
Right, okay. In that case, I'm not fussed. Who cares? It's huge, though. Much bigger than I was expecting. Gosh. I know that we should probably be pushing forward with plot, but this area is so interesting.
Right. Yeah, I think I'm kind of saving looking at the side areas in here for later.
That's fair. Weirdly enough, this place doesn't seem to have as many items as, like, outside the Area Zero. Oh, thank you for the raid!
Hey, thank you.
Sunfish, you're here for as we approach the final act. How you doing today?
I think we're well within it. More dialogue coming up.
Sure.
doing those let's go battles, you greedy bot.
Oh, and lived well with the professor along another one of his kind. That seems to be the story. So we brought it back home, kind of, or to its second home at least. I guess this place should be familiar to it, sure. Oh, that's great. It's a chance to unwind and bask in the familiarity. And it doesn't exactly jibe with how it's been acting all spooked down here. It doesn't seem eager to come out at this ball either. Really? I thought it was just scared because we were so high up. Huh? Who said it was scared of heights? Given how Miraidon was acting earlier, I think something bad happened here. Sometimes you get all shaky seeing a place you've got bad memories of. Same for me when I was being ignored by everyone in class. Just thinking about school made me want to hide away somewhere so I know how it feels. Oh, Penny. So maybe it got hurt down here in Area Zero, like Mabostiff? We can't know for sure, but it doesn't change it from its battle thing. I think it's possible. That's so sad. We've got to do something to make it feel better. And no, I'm not saying that because I super badly want to battle Miraidon. Seriously, at least you said it, not us. Nemona, you're kind of unbelievable. God, they do not like each other at all. No. They all like me, but they do not like each other.
It's an alliance of convenience.
We're doing well. This is surprising. In the same way that the Elite Four was surprisingly tense, they're managing to really go and build up the because this base is pretty big. It's fucked up too. It's been it's the oldest one.
Oh man, just wait until you get inside. I just got in and
oh, overgrown.
Whoa, what happened? This place is a mess.
Looks like something went berserk in here. Yeah, but what? Hello, children. Professor, you scared us. I'm sorry.
Why is everything in here all busted up?
I'm sorry. Hello, children. Come again. I'm sorry. 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 I'm sorry. Hello, children. Hello. 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 What the heck? Stop that! You're creeping us out.
Hello, children and children. Initiating restart.
Professor must be having some weird connection problems or something, huh?
How dumb are you, Nimona? Good God. This is also cave area. Once this cutscene ends, I need to update my log. Remind me when the cutscene ends, because I will forget.
Well, it was definitely weird, at least. Almost like, I don't know.
If you meant it as a joke, it wasn't funny. I've still got goosebumps, no. She is British, actually. Okay.
Okay.
Log.
Right. So in grass area, we caught
I'm hitting that bed immediately.
Miralash.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking Farigiraffe. And in the cave area, we caught Tiny Freeze.
Tiny Freeze.
You gotta have a replacement for Frosty Boy. Iron Bundle. I realize I'm hedging my bets on Iron Bundle being the one I roll with instead of whatever we catch in the future, but I think you did say to me that of the Paradox Pokemon that I have available, Iron Bundle is definitely the strongest in the list. So
Iron Bundle is pretty goddamn cracked.
yeah, let's go take a fucking nap.
Yeah, out of Iron Bundle and Fluttermane are both in Ubers and singles, and they are the only Paradox Mons in Ubers.
Fantastic, but quite squishy. Just be aware. Yeah. All right, I'll disable the last lock in the Zero Lab. Hey, if it dies nobly in the course of finishing the plotline, did what it needed to do. But
also, both of our Paradox Mons are tied to things the other person doesn't care about. So
all locks disabled. Hello. Can you hear me now? Oh, that's cool. They used like character choice.
Use the pipe character, yeah.
That's cool. Please. Oh god, this is going to be a pretty difficult thing to voice act, but I'm going to try to do my best across this anyway.
Please forgive my previous transmission. There seems to be some signal interference.
That's not what it was.
What do you mean, Arvin?
The locks have been disabled at last. Please make your way now to the Zero Lab, which lies at the very bottom of Area 0.
Let's check these books.
I need more people, more time. That woman walked out not long after the boy was born.
Fuck me. Turo. That woman.
I need another set of hands, but could they be trusted? And how long would it take them to even understand? If only there were two of me.
Did you make a digital clone of yourself, Professor Turo?
I'm wondering the same thing.
My new assistant has intellect and technical skills to rival my own. Bit rigid at times, but I've got no serious complaints. Productivity has doubled. We even brought in a second Miraidon via the machine, though this one has proved aggressive.
Oh boy.
We're definitely fighting that second Miraidon.
We're definitely fighting that second Miraidon.
What even fucking type is Miraidon?
Well, okay, it's...
I assume it's steel electric or electric dragon.
Oh, it's got to be electric dragon, I think.
Yeah.
I guess mine is Dragon Ground or Dragon Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even Dragon Rock, but that sounds like a bad type.
Just a single tiny Gibble just hiding back here. Hello.
It just says, hello!
That makes sense. Do I wonder who the assistant is? I think the assistant is pretty clear. It's Fighting Dragon. There's definitely something off about the professor.
Scary.
Maybe it was a little dramatic flair to get us all jazzed. What? That got you jazzed? Yeah, maybe even big time jazzed. You need to go see a doctor. That's just not right. So, I'm sure that call was very... it's nothing. What's wrong, Arvin? You seem kind of down. No matter how things turn out, I'm counting on you to see this through, Rafter. God, yeah, boy's desperate. This is just trauma cavern for this kid. He got beat up. His mom left.
His dog got beat up.
Shit, I would be freaking out considerably more than him right now. I guess there's a degree of hi everybody. It's just fence sitting over there. Politically neutral Pokemon. Oh, well, cool. I was expecting to be able to. Miraidon is hydrogen powered and Coridon is crude oil powered. Yeah, there we go. You can find a lot of Terra shards down here. You need 50 to change your Pokemon's Terra type, so fucking.
Which is a hell of a lot.
That's a lot. Tiny freeze. Goodbye.
Thinking about potentially needing to fight Coridon later, and I'm just looking at Mirror Lash like, buddy, that Stab Dazzling Gleam is going to contain the like.
Oh god, it would go away. It would vanish into the ether.
You are scarfed. You must move first. You will explode if it sneezes on you.
True, very true.
I mean, okay, it's fairy, so it can't hurt it with dragon, and it's ghost, so it can't hurt it with fighting. Surely, this thing is a hard counter. TM.
I don't have such hard of a counter. I don't have a specific ground type I can run. And while I have stuff like
I mean, you got ice moves on.
I have ice moves. I have play rough on my Chroma Dancer, who is dark type. So sorry, grass type. So the electric damage is reduced. So I would survive. It just wouldn't turn the fight off.
Yes, I am worried about this being corrupted assistance ace.
Oh yeah. Pokemon pollution and Pokemon clean energy when? I mean, isn't that just wheezing and Galarian wheezing? Like, quite genuinely, Galarian wheezing is designed to be pollute filtration, which I think is a really cool reason why they made it fairy. Neat.
Okay.
Ooh, there's a... Now, I see, like, oh, I see that TM in the distance.
Yeah, that's the Shadow Ball TM, but I just, after picking up, turned around, and I see... I think I see the end.
Okay, I will stop being distracted and go get that TM.
Yeah, I don't want to dilly-dally too much with running off to the side for things. I don't think it's gonna...
you know, who knows when they go and hide a TM in an area that I need it in, but this is fair. This is fair. I wonder if Iron Bundle can learn Shadow Ball, actually. That would be very useful. Oh, yeah. Opening that door seems like such a fucking bad idea. Why would anyone do this? Just go home. You know that this is not where your dad is.
Yeah.
Have we finally reached the deepest part? Yeah, but what if he was down here, though?
We made it. Ready to see if those legends of treasure down here for real?
Yeah, right. That's just the fluff they wrote to fill the textbooks.
Hello, children. You've done well to make it down here. The structure you see before you is the Zero Lab.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, sorry. That's where you are, right, Professor?
But wait, why does it look like this whole place is being swallowed up by crystals?
The crystals here in Area Zero possess a peculiar energy. This energy can alter the functions of living things and optimize the performance of machinery. This is the same energy that allows Pokémon to terrestrialize.
The fuck is this kid's voice?
So this entire building's been terrestrialized. Is that what you're saying?
Don't be silly, Arvin. Professor implied something important now about Terror Orbs. They're made from the crystals down here in Area Zero, aren't they?
Indeed, though you may not know it. Since you have disabled all 4 locks, the gate to the Zero Lab should now be open for you. But once you open the gate, you will quickly be confronted with the dangerous Pokémon inside. Hi, bees. How are you doing?
Hi, bees.
They will likely
your
make a break
friendship
for
intense.
freedom. That sounds like a problem. With the 4 of you working together, you should be able to best them. Prepare yourselves well, and then open the gate.
You've got me and Raffy here. Doesn't matter what we're up against. We'll be fine.
Well, then that puts my worries to rest. Said with zero confidence in his voice at all. We are doing fine. Welcome to end game.
I might want to take a 5-minute break at some point before we get deep in the guts of this.
Hey, you know what? Happy to take a 5-minute break now. That sounds good.
Okay,
So sorry that
sure.
you've arrived, bees, and we're immediately
bees.
like goodbye.
Yeah.
But
we will be right back.
yeah, we'll be back in 5. We're gonna be stealing ourselves for this.
We have to steal ourselves to have bees in chat. You know how it is. I'm kidding.
All right,
Okay.
see you all in a second. Welcome back. Welcome
Okay,
back.
gamers, this is it.
I'm shook. I'm like, level 70 is good, right? Do I need to? I'm like, oh shit, I'm just gonna go and throw 2 rare candies on my Espatha and also get up to level 70. It's not. Why risk it? We're gonna lead on the Chroma Dancer since he has like the widest type coverage for me.
Well, and U-turn.
Yes. You know, it's the kind of like super wide type coverage, and if it's bad, I can then U-turn into something else, was the second thought there. And then after that, we just try not to die.
I am going to be leading on Exodia Light. This Volcarona hits very hard. Has metronome. Like, if I can get a good thing starting, then it will...
If you can get that fiery dance off, you're going to be giggling, but otherwise...
It also has Giga Drain, so it has some sustain, but yeah.
Let's open the gate to
Let's
Zero
open the
Lab. And for all y'all in chat, genuinely, thank you for following us through this adventure.
It has been a delight to have you with us.
I know this has been a less difficult playthrough than Black and White, but this has been super good. I actually really like this game a lot. I've really enjoyed my time with it. Hold it.
Huh? Why? We're finally on the cusp of getting into the lab.
Look, if it's true that a bunch of really dangerous Pokemon came at us, then shouldn't we have Miraidon help? Oh, thank you, Serena.
Yeah, if Miraidon were like how we first saw it in the Inlet Grotto, that'd be a huge help. I want to see a battle.
But there hasn't even wanted to us ride it ever since we came down to Area Zero. And it can't enter its battle form in the first place.
But it's really strong, I know it is. I hate it ate all those herb and mystica we found too. When it really matters, I'm sure it will fight. And Area Zero is where it used to live. If we bring it out of its ball now, maybe it'll be able to find its family too, right?
That's pretty sensible by your standards, Arvin.
By my standards, what the fuck? I don't know.
Go on, Raptor. Let Miridon out.
I want to say no, but
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I guess for me it would probably replace Quartz Wing. To replace my electric type. I don't know what would replace on your team if it had to be in your team. Now we've got Miraidon ready, it's time to open that gate. I missed a line of text, but it's fine. God, this is some SCP shit. Oh no, not one at a time. Oh no.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
The family reunion. It's happening.
What? No way.
Scared of it. No, something's not right. Oh. I would rather just go inside. I was expecting to find it then and there, but
Yeah.
it does a little float. I guess yours just kind of like clambered up the ramp, huh?
Yeah. It was walking bipedal, so it did a little wobble.
No.
What's wrong? You bummed that your heartwarming family reunion got cut off so quickly?
Nemona's emotional nuance is limited by a hair. Are you joking? There was nothing heartwarming about
Are you
it.
fucking serious, mate?
We're this close to getting caught up in a nasty brawl. What's wrong with you?
Hey, for real?
Just look at Miraidon. Poor thing's terrified. Guess that other one isn't exactly its pal. Yeah, that other Pokemon was giving off some real bad vibes. Not that you should worry a thing about any of that. Once we get you back into your battle form, I'm sure you'll be going toe-to-toe against that jerk. If, you know, you want to. Arvin says, fully aware of how much damage that thing can deal. Nemona tragically has only one brain cell, which is dedicated to entirely battling. Very true. Sorry, I guess that doesn't help at all. Do you think that other Miraidon was one of the dangerous Pokemon the Professor wanted us to watch out for?
Did the professor say the dangerous Pokemon would come out from the inside?
You mean from inside the gate we just... Oh, fuck! Oh, no.
The gang's all here!
Ah! Rumble, rumble, rumble. What the...
3v3 triple battles real.
Let's go. Rotation battles have returned. Oh, no.
Oh, that's more of them. And most of them on my side are brute bonnets, which are not scary.
Uh-huh. I don't really want to fight Iron Hands. Iron Hands is a bit of a problem. It's pretty obvious we're not here to roll out a friendly welcome mat. There's no way we can handle this many. And don't tell me they're all future Pokemon.
We've got a little disaster on our hands here. Look, even that fella's ready to bail.
then I guess it's my turn. I've been waiting. Come on, Raptor. Let's do this together.
All right. Okay. POV, you are a raid boss. We again start with a Lycan Rock. Oh, it's level 64 now. It's making its way. This is a bad matchup for me, though, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, I think I do send out Quartz Wing. I'm putting a Great Tusk, as should not be hard to imagine.
Wild Charge. Okay. You hit yourself doing that, though. Yeah.
Lycan Rock used Drill Run, which did barely anything.
Get out of here.
Oh, thank God. Okay, it used Stomping 10 and it doesn't affect me. So now I just air slash this thing and hopefully it goes away. It's Great Tusk is pretty okay, good, it did go down.
Wow, they're strong. Now this is a worthwhile challenge.
I'm glad you're on our side, but you're still really annoying when you say stuff like that. Why are they coming at me? Caster, help me out here. You gotta come with bigger heat than fucking Umbreon, though, please. I beg of you.
Oh my God, if she throws out Umbreon, that, yep, okay, well.
I assume she has her full team of Pokemon, though. Yeah, she does have her full team.
Fairy type attack is good. Since
Oh,
it's,
we get healed to full. That's fun. Oh, is it fighting electric?
I think it's fighting electric, yeah.
Okay.
Oops, not Quiver Band. We're gonna bug bust this group on it.
Maybe don't arms. Oh, it took it though.
Okay.
Oh God, fucking close combat. Ah.
Holy shit.
Ah.
It is a fighting type. Jesus Christ.
I forgot.
Get the fuck out of there.
I thought they would win. Oh no. Oh shit. I mean, we're fast.
out.
We're faster, but I will switch out. Yes.
Thank you.
Spin Jutsu. That is a thing I've heard of, but do not know what it means.
Oh, the Umbreon would have been nice if you psychic first.
Fucker. Okay, well. You seem to be healed to full in between these, but I was not expecting a close combat. Good God. The future must be terrifying. And we have next the Jugulis.
Oh no, they're running away.
Yeah, and
If those Pokemon get out, we're gonna have a gigantic mess on our hands.
shut up,
Gotta go after
Serona.
them, Penny.
Serena, how dare you get out of here? Why me? Wait. Hold on a moment. Why do I get the feeling you're enjoying this? I hope the two of them can handle their part. But at least the crowd's been thinned out now. I guess it's up to us to deal with what's left. Let's go for the strong-looking one first.
Remember, it's hard flying type.
Uh-huh. Dark Flying. This is an easy switch into Quartz Wing, I think.
Yeah, I'm going up against a Flutter Mane. I think I'm just gonna click Fighting Events. Use Psyshock against me, which I'm bug. I don't care about that. Oh, actually, no, I'm okay. Neutral damage against me.
Oh! Yes, Mabostif does indeed have Play Rough. That's right. That was scary before.
Yes. And the Mabostif has Crunch. Okay. So.
Yeah, Mabostif definitely has Crunch. It definitely killed some of our Pokemon with Stab. Terra Stab Crunch. See, the power of friendship had a perfect. Bleh. See, the power of friendship had us perfectly in sync, all thanks to our Titan hunting together. Still scared, huh? You worried you might have to face the other one of your kind? Well then, let me take on some of the burden. These stragglers should be nothing. The Ember Bustiff can take them on. Those are all fighting types, and you have a dark type mon.
Maybe not the matchup, but
What do you have on deck that wouldn't be entirely ruined by these guys? Toadscruel? Because Garganackle would get their shit rocked. Cloyster would get their shit rocked.
Scovillain?
Scovillain would do okay, yeah.
So, Caster, you take your partner there and go take care of business.
Got it.
Glad to see you've got some faith in us at last. My boss can't wait to battle either. Miraidon. You really ruined my whole childhood, you know.
Oh,
But it's not like seeing you coward and scared out of your wits makes me feel any better about it. You've got amazing powers if you just use them. And you've got us too. So don't you even think about losing to that jerk. Be brave. Stand up and fight.
Well, and we got
Okay,
the free heal out of it, so that's good. But, okay, Iron Hands cannot be ignored. Must be respected.
no.
Oh.
Human presence detected within the Zero Lab. Yeah, that's not a person. That's super not a person. Oh shit. Deactivating sleep mode. Hello, Caster. Thank you for coming. No. Back to your ball.
So true, Trey.
That one is far less tractable and far more aggressive than the one you've traveled with. Your Miraidon fled Area Zero because it lost to the other one in a territorial struggle. I'm afraid that there is something for which I must apologize. I am not the true Professor Turo. And who are you? I am an artificial intelligence the Professor created imbued with his memories and knowledge. In short, I am an AI-powered robot. The real Professor passed away during the incident that destroyed Research Station Number 4. The incident? The Pokémon was not to be blamed. It was the original Professor who failed to accurately judge its full power. I believe the Professor wanted nothing more than for the Miraidon to survive and thrive. That is why he threw himself in front of your Miraidon in an attempt to protect it. From the time I first reached out to Director Clavel and asked to be put in contact with you, it was never more than an AI. Caster, the reason I asked you to come to me is because I have one last thing to do here at the Zero Lab, and I desire your help. In short, I wish for you to put a stop to the time machine the original Professor created. Any questions can be addressed as we make our descent. Follow me.
Yeah, I'm actually getting a dead parents bit.
We can heal here, although we were healed for free.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Ah. Oh, I can give that to my fucking Paradoxmon.
It's a one-use thing.
Okay. I mean, considering it refills between battles, don't worry. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Oh yeah, I think that's a big change that happened for this game specifically, is that the items that consume themselves that aren't berries do actually restock afterwards. So stuff like throat spray
so.
does return and stuff like that, which good, because that sucked to have to remember to redo, or weakness policy and shit like that.
I'm kind of tempted to keep Scarf on Fluttermane.
I can understand that. I can understand that. I think the speed of Iron Bundle is high enough where I'm not worried about hitting first. And if this means that its special attack is even higher to confirm kills.
Right, I understand.
You know, it may be squishy, but then that just means that even if it is kind of squishy, Assault Vest is only going to do a limited amount.
I guess it's more like, I want to make sure that I can get the attack off.
204 and 216.
Yeah, so it'll be raising your special attack.
Yeah, which is what I want. I don't want it to accidentally restore speed. Third fastest thing on deck. Interesting. Anyway. I think it boosts the top stat by 30%. Unless it's speed, then it's a different number. Okay. This elevator will... Yeah, I guess the 30% boost to speed is actually really significant, so I can understand why they would make that less. This elevator will take us down to the lower level. Step inside. Caster, this is truly a great relief to me that you came. I will answer any questions you may have. Is there anything you wish to know?
I feel like, what is this time machine? Is
Yeah.
there only one?
I know what an AI is, and they've told me what happened to the real professor. The time machine is a device the original professor and I worked on together. It sends Pokeballs to a different point on the timeline to catch Pokemon there, and it can then draw them back here to the present. When he was alive, Professor Turo had a great fascination with Pokemon from another age, what you might call future Pokemon. Even as we speak, the time machine continues to automatically draw future Pokemon to this time. Is there anything else you wish to ask? Oh, we can ask everything, that's fine.
Okay. What is an AI?
An AI...
Caster, what is an AI?
Oh, gee, I wonder. An AI is an artificial intelligence created by a human being. A computer draws on the original professor's knowledge and memories to calculate all of my thoughts and actions. The results of those calculations are expressed by this mechanical body, built to resemble the professor in every way. Humanity does not, in fact, possess the knowledge to develop such a sophisticated AI at present, but the crystals that make up the Zero Lab have made such a thing possible here. They are also why I cannot leave this place. Is there anything else you wish to ask? Serona, if your main concern about the usage of AI is plagiarism, then there are many things that you can use an AI for that are significantly worse.
This was a completely original, never before done drone strike.
As I explained to you before, the original professor no longer exists. During the destruction of the research station, his physical body received grievous injuries that left it unable to sustain life. I am afraid that this fact may be difficult for his son Arvin to accept. Now that I managed the Zero Lab in the original professor's place, is there anything else? What is it that you really want? The original professor had a dream of a world in which the future Pokemon live alongside present-day Pokemon in harmony. But these Pokemon have gained a strange power due to their adaptations in the distant future, and this power has proved too terrible. Their very existence brings destruction to the ecological balance of this current age. Would you mind letting me know what the reason was for the past version, what Sada says?
Oh, it's the basically the same thing, that like these Pokemon were adapted to, you know, they were adapted to the challenges of their time, and bringing you know, the exact same thing of like, oh, they're, you know, they are adapted to fight each other in this, you know, I guess more, I can't remember specifically what she said, but whether it was like, I don't think she said savage, but certainly the same idea of like their very existence brings destruction to the ecological balance of this modern age.
Sure, yeah, because that's an interesting distinction as to the why, because it definitely makes sense that the idea that like the technological adaptations that future Pokemon are interacting very poorly with current ecosystem makes sense. They're probably tiny little pollution machines on their own, or you know. I mean, even just introducing chemicals that existing plants and animals can't process correctly can be fatal. But that would be less likely to be true for a past thing, right? So
no, I think this is more like if you introduce a T-Rex.
Yeah, if you do apex predators into a new apex predators, sure. So I just wanted to see what the difference was there. It's interesting that they thought of two separate reasons. The original professor would say that such destruction is a natural part of life. At present, the barrier around Area Zero is still working to keep the future Pokemon from escaping into the rest of Paldea. But we've begun to see Pokemon appear that can break the barrier, such as Iron Treads. Eventually, they will break free of this walled garden known as Area Zero and run rampant across Paldea. And when they do, the rich and varied ecosystem of Paldea will be trampled beneath their coming. I may have been created as a copy of the Professor, and yet I cannot seem to find the logic in allowing such a tragedy to occur. But any hope of preventing it would require the overcoming of the greatest AI that the original Professor ever devised. Caster, you have become a formidable trainer. Now use that strength you have gained to destroy the dream Turo once cherished. I appreciate your willingness to help. See? If you can see on my screen, there's a Pokeball embedded in the floor. That's clearly a marker for the placement of characters. Anyway, we have reached the lowest level. I'm going to try and maintain tone throughout this, because it's working hard in maintaining tone.
Yeah. Ooh, man.
Jesus.
Right?
Behold. This is the time machine we perfected, using the power of the terrestrial phenomenon. God, I get to walk. To stop the time machine, you will need to use the Professor's ID, which has been embedded within the Violet Book. It was very like the Professor to put the final key we would need in that book of all places. He loved that volume since childhood. If you place the Violet Book upon the pedestal here, you will be able to stop the time machine. There is just one issue. If you try to stop the machine, I will most likely attack you. Artificial being that I am, my own desires can be overridden by the system's programming. Once that happens, I am afraid I will become no more than the battle machine, bound to defeat anyone identified as an obstacle by my code. My battling abilities are peerless. They are built upon analysis of all the battles carried out by the various champions of the Paldea region. Having seen the bond between you and your Pokémon, however, I believe that you can prevail. Once you have readied yourself for this fight, please place the Violet Book upon the pedestal. shit.
Oh,
We're here.
we're here.
I mean,
any last preparation?
I think I'm ready. Like, granted, I have like EXP candy that I could just dump into things, right?
Mhm.
But I think that's against the spirit of the thing.
Yeah, I think so too. Any PP ups, HP ups, vitamins?
We do have some PP ups going though.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I have that would need PP up. Hmm. Oh man, a little nerve-wracking. Yeah, close combat's already at max. Oh, I can make glaive rush and gunk shot and roost. I guess we don't really need roost because we have HP recovery things.
True.
Yeah. Let me check how many HP recovering things I have.
I'm just gonna dump all these
A
defense
fuck ton,
boosts
okay.
into
I think I'm actually going to remove Roost on Quartz Wing and see if I can replace it with something else.
Do you think Michael Fassbender would play Turo in the live action remake of this? I mean, there's a very, I guess, broad application of handsomeness. It would be nice for them to specifically have a Latino person do it, but you know how it comes to Hollywood movies sometimes. I have not forgotten when they got a fucking Jake Gyllenhaal to be the Prince of Persia. What a choice.
Oh my god, seriously? They did that? Ouch.
Aside from it obviously not being a very good movie, it was yeah.
I'm realizing I could put Terra Blast on Opal Beak, which would give it a fighting type attack if it terastallizes.
We've not used Terra Blast at all this run.
No. I think you might want to consider doing the same. All the way at the bottom.
Oh gosh, of course it's the last one in the list. It's the newest move, isn't it? I have 5 copies of it. That's fun. Use this item on Quartz Wing. Replacing Roost.
You do have a lot of HP recovery things, right?
I do.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm almost ready. I'm just increasing the PP for Glaive Rush and Gunk Shot to max. So if you give me just a couple seconds while we're doing this, do you have a Pokemon you want to dedicate this fight to?
Being that most of the Pokemon that have died have been ones that I've wanted to use specifically, yes. I mean, you know, it's a shame that I couldn't fight the future with a Battle Network character by my side, but we move on. Rest in power, power.exe.
And looking through what I have in Hell, I am dedicating this fight to Frosty Boy. Okay. You want to do a 3, 2, 1 countdown?
All right. In 3, 2, 1. Let's battle. ID confirmed, Professor Turo. Access granted. Initiating emergency shutdown. Please wait. Please wait. Access denied.
Ooh.
Shutdown command overridden. Reinitializing. It is up to you now, Caster. AI Turo switching to sleep mode. Activating offensive protocols. Please, defeat me. Thank you for the sub!
Long live the Pokemons.
Thank you, my friend.
My dreams is within reach.
and you're not getting in the way.
Ah!
It's time to
Jams have occurred.
Oh my god.
From
Toxic
such a high...
Shit.
Motherfucker! Okay.
Oh my god, I've got the past versus present against my Volcarona. Also, oof, that matchup.
I don't know who you think you are, but I'm not allowed to get anyone in the way of my goals.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Iron Moth is, I think it is actually part steel.
It's fire poison, says chat.
Oh, okay, fire poison. Definitely get the fuck out of there.
Uh-huh.
Meanwhile, Slitherwing is firefighting, I believe. It's either firefighting or bug fighting. I think it's firefighting. I should actually go Quartz Wing. I think that makes no sense. Bug fighting, perfect. Cannot wait to hit this thing with the goddamn air slash.
Sorry, I'm just going to be vibing to the music this entire time. This battle is so good.
It's very good. Oh shit, hit me with low smoke.
Sludge wave. Ah, oh, fuck. Tiny Freeze dead. Never mind. Oh, God.
Oh, I wish... Oof.
This is the power the distant future holds. Splendid, isn't it? Okay. Seriously? Oh, thank God.
Oh my god. Okay, it's got Fluttermane coming out next. What the fuck do I do against Fluttermane? What the fuck do I do against Fluttermane? Do I
Now, this is interesting. Child, do you actually understand future Pokemon's weaknesses?
Okay, question. Do I go... I can't go for the Fluttermane mirror match. I need to send... No, wait. I do need to go for the Fluttermane mirror match. And just Scarf, outspeed it, and insta-kill it.
You have no anti-fairy tech on board?
No. Okay. It's 66, I'm 70. This Shadow Ball should... Okay, good. Of course I move first.
Hell yeah.
And my Shadow Ball insta-killed it. There we go. Okay. Enemy Fluttermane out of the way. Good job in taking down that Iron Bundle.
That's easy enough.
This is
I know how
no
fucking
Iron
squishy they are.
Bundle zone.
Iron Thorns? The fuck is that? Oh, that's Tyranitar.
Yeah, it's Rock Electric.
Okay. That seems like a Meowscarada situation.
Shit, what was it sending out? God damn it, I forgot what it was sending out because I was distracted by Iron Thorns. I gotta look at the... Oh, right, it's sending out Sandy Shots. Okay. Which...
It's like ground electric, I assume.
Yes. So I'm sending out, Annihilate.
Ta-da! What? Some sort of error has occurred here. Recalculating for critical damage.
Because we move first.
Jugulis.
And
Gonna switch. Back into Quartz Swing.
okay. It did not that much damage to Amber Hand with Earth Power. I'm going to Drain Punch it, and just keeping track right now, Rage Fist is at 100 base power. This took one hit.
Eat Thunderbolt, asshole.
I can hear the Toby Fox in this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Scream Tail is out next.
Iron
Great.
Hands. Oh, this fucker. Man, Kilowattrel tears this team apart, actually.
Wait, what do you do against Iron Hands?
Well, I guess this is now a neutral territory, but neither of its attacks really damage Quartz very much.
Fair. Okay. Details fairly psychic. Oh, God.
Oh, of course you have a fake out.
Okay. I am sending out Exodia Light to Buzz, the incoming Screen Tail.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that's fun, Serona. Freaking Protogen.
I'm gonna kill that off.
Oh, Buzz is only neutral against it. Oh, I still crit. I didn't kill it, though.
Oh, you have Drain? Well, Drain Punch is not as scary. Come on, Turo. I figured you would be more efficient with your move usage.
Okay.
With the flinch! Get fucked!
Air slash so good. Okay, Blue Bonnet is next. I'm course staying in. Buzz will instantly delete this.
Iron Valiant. Oh no!
Okay.
It's fairy fighting?
It's fairy fighting. It's fairy fighting. You're good. Stay in.
Everything is proceeding within my expectations. I'm afraid the probability of you winning is 0.
Okay, I've got Roaring Moon coming out. That's Flying Dark? I think it is Flying Dark.
67.
Dragon Dark, thank you. Okay.
Do I get away with an attack here?
I
might have, because I'm like,
do?
we've not moved yet. This is the last in the lineup, but if I go first, I probably win this. But if it's alive, it might murder me. I'm scared.
I think you'll be okay. Yeah, no, the thing.
Okay, we hit too hard.
Okay, and I'm using Scarf, Dazzling Gleam to kill Roaring Moon.
Impossible.
Boom, there it is.
We are a hair over leveled, bees. We got so shook by fighting Arven, we ended up going too hard. But we did it! I don't know if there's going to be any other fights after this. We just beat Scarlet and Violet.
There might be. We still don't know what's up with the other Miraidon.
That's true. We still had to fight Giant Miraidon. True. Cast it. What is this?
Did you already beat all the baddies without me?
Okay, out with it, you. Who are you, really?
Thank you for everything. The time machine has finally... He has finally been stopped. You're not really my dad, are you? Oh, look how big you've grown. So proud of you, my... Sorry, you were alone so long, Arv.
Dad? Security system failure. Security system failure. Threat to time machine detected. Threat to time machine detected. Whoa! What's going on now?
Is another army of Pokemon on its way here?
It cannot be. An obstacle is preventing the time machine from performing as intended. Activating Paradise Protection Protocol to remove the offending obstacle was keeping the time machine running, truly all the professor cared about. Knocking all Pokeballs except registered to Turo's ID. Wow, it could do that? Program initializing, gathering terrestrial energy. I'm sorry, children. This is too much for you. You must run. AI Turo disabled. Paradise Protection Protocol initialized. You are not getting in my way. Oh shit!
Okay.
Yo! Yo! Oh my god, that was cool. That was very cool.
I was noticing that they didn't terrestrialize at all.
Miraidon is here. Locked. Oh shit. You can't battle without Pokemon on the field. Oh, this is like a mirror of the start of the game.
Our Pokeballs won't work. How are we even supposed to battle?
When we tried to fight the level 40 Houndoom and the Pokemon was like, absolutely fucking not.
God damn, this is good. I know what you gotta do.
Some crazy signal is jamming our Pokeballs. Even I can't get them open. Where is...
It's not in the bag.
Aha! And we have to scroll down to Miraidon!
It's been
Yeah!
there the entire time.
Ah! Swap in, let's go! A proper interface screw. Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, this entire arc is absolutely phenomenal. Very good, very good. I enjoyed
This
this.
is a very good finale.
Like, some of the other story beats earlier on don't push as hard as I would like, but this arc, very cool.
Agreed.
Alright, let's see how you like dragon attacks, mister. Oh, it auto sets electric terrain. Oh, it has like one for all. Fucking Calyrex Rider, where it has essentially two abilities at the same time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
The fact that we have Terra Blast is very interesting.
Yeah, I can't Terra this mon.
Well, I'm clicking.
Uh-oh, my moveset's garbage. Yeah.
You can use Power Gem. You can Power Gem.
Yeah. Electro Drift is not gonna do too much, but it's just rude. Fuck you.
Meanwhile, I get to click Collision Course.
Like, if this thing has a dragon move, I'm in for a bad time. You will fall here within this garden paradise and achieve nothing in the end. Yeah, no, it's way harder to me. That's bad, actually. Don't hit me that hard. I do. You will not be allowed to destroy my paradise. Obstacles to my goal will be eliminated. It would be very odd if they let you lose here, but God, the special defense boost too? That's not good. Dislike this.
Yeah, the enemy core item just use bulk up.
Hang in there, Costa.
The data say that I am the superior. Fall and become foundation on which my...
Oh, fuck you. Wow. Ow. Ouch. Oof.
Oh my god.
Toughed it out so I wouldn't feel sad.
Alright, oh, it just Giga impacted me. And the same thing happened.
I mean, this is clearly scripted, but hey, cool times. Have a max potion, buddy. Because friendship mechanics barely ever come into this run, considering we had Masquerada for the entire time and that never really came up. So, can we really pull off a win here? Hey, Casa, your Terra Orb's glowing.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, let's finish this off. Oh, full stat boost. Okay, thank you. What Terra type is it? Dragon, makes sense. Okay. I was like, if this thing is ground, that's like...
My boy's so good. No.
Terra Blast.
Hold on, it needs to happen.
Kapow! Major damage!
All right. Okay. Hell yeah. I care so much more about these stupid kids than basically any NPC in the Pokemon franchise.
Right.
I still really enjoy the relationship of Lucamine and family. They spend the entire game exploring it in quite a lot of detail, and I think it pays off quite well. But like, they do a really good job at pushing here to make you want to care about all three. Like, Nimona has zero stakes. She is just a rich kid with a lot of free time, but the other two have a lot of things going on in their lives.
Oh, yes.
It's not going berserk anymore.
How very astounding. To think that you could manage to defy even the original professor's final protections.
Are you back to normal?
Yes. A completely foreseen outcome, even for an AI. Unforeseen outcome, even for an AI possessing the most sophisticated technology ever conceived. Even on the brink of despair, you children did not give in and instead proved your worthiness. Showing the wisdom to think for yourselves, the courage to hold faith in your friends, and the fortitude to do what had to be done. No matter how challenging of a future may await you, I believe you will be capable of walking whatever paths you choose for yourselves now, with pride. Thank you, Rafter. I thank all of you children. But I am afraid the time machine cannot be put to a complete stop for as long as I am here.
Fling yourself off the tower, do it. That'd be rad as fuck. Go out like a boss.
It appears I am myself part of a system that ensures that the machine reboots when stopped.
Huh? What does that... not my voice, but it's fine.
What does that mean? I am sorry. I'm juggling 4 voices here. Leave me alone. You know,
It's okay.
when I was watching you all on your adventures from down here, I felt a sense of jealousy. I envied you, your freedom, the way you came together working in league with your fellows and caring for them, the way you sought strength and to do better for yourself, throwing all you are into your battles, the way you would face down even the greatest enemies to save that which you loved, the way you never ceased to seek nor fight for, never ceased to seek nor to fight for a treasure all your own. And the way you soared free through the very skies on those wings of yours. I wish that I, too, might be as free as you all. Free to seek out that which I might treasure above all else. Not bound.
Your own treasure?
As long as I remain here, the time machine will not stop, for I am inextricably connected to it. So I have made a decision. I will use the time machine to journey to the world of the future that I have dreamed of.
What? You can't just leave now, right when we finally reached you?
I am not going only so that the time machine can be stopped. I also cannot deny my desire to see that future world for myself. Is this what it feels like to have your heart race with the thrill of adventure? Arvin, I am sorry that I kept the truth from you for so long. I inherited all the thoughts and wishes of the professor, and so I understand better than any. Your father truly loved you.
You can't just say a thing like that now.
No, I suppose you're right. I am sorry. Arvin, a ride on. After. It is a little sad, but I am afraid this is goodbye.
Dad!
Farewell, my free adventurers. I bid you adieu.
GG, Rafi.
GG, Caster.
How could you just go? Dad.
Arvin, you okay, bud?
Yeah. Somewhere deep down. I kind of already knew it. I knew that thing was fake, but it said my name, using his voice, wearing his face. Even if it was fake, it felt real, you know. And so Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying.
That's okay.
I guess Miraidon is sad too. Oh, that battle form. How cool is that? It's so strong.
If it tries to nudge at me for a belly rub while it's huge like this, I seriously think I'm gonna die.
Hey now, let's not skip over the big win here. Rafter and Miraidon just saved all of Paldea.
That's right. You both did amazing. Thanks, Rafter.
Yeah. That's my bud rafter for you.
You know, Arvin, even though the professor's gone, I bet he's finally having a real fun adventure of his own in the future. Yeah. Thanks, Penny. Yeah. Sorry.
What should we do now, Rafter?
Let's go the fuck home. Oh my god.
Yeah. You said it. Come on, everyone. Let's make our way home.
Yeah, no, sorry that I didn't was not responding chat as directly while we were in the middle of plot. But the mention about how it's kind of implied that Nemona's parents are also quite absentee. I have a similar complaint about the Team Star arc, where they kind of talk about all these kids being bullied and you never see any of it happen in narrative. And I think that undersells the weight of the circumstances that they're in. I think the change I would make for Nemona's plotline would just be as simple as, I know I probably have to hit A at some point, but it can wait. Like when you do
No, it was just loading.
Oh sure. When you do the like the champion challenge and like Geeta gets your mum to show up and it's like, oh, family have to attend. And then Nemona is like, my parents didn't make
Okay,
it.
everybody, listen up. Let's take the long road home. Get a little more fun out of this adventure.
I don't really sounds great. If I can load up on snacks first, I'm in. Hey, Caster, not you too. Right, fine. I guess we're doing this. Oh gosh.
What?
I forgot. I forgot. Fucking Ed Sheeran ending. Which I genuinely have to go turn this down because I don't know if I might get copyright struck. So we're just gonna let that shit run in silence. No, I knew it was a thing and I forgot.
It's fine. Quickly, someone sing "Shape of You."
Let me go fucking summon the jams that I normally use when we have stuff going, cause like
End Sheeran.
End Sheeran.
We certainly did end Sheeran.
Let's get that property so we can actually hear it.
Well, Caster, I have a lovely surprise in store for you because I actually have Ed Sheeran in a live studio audience here to perform.
Oh my god! The song entirely stands out due to the lack of words throughout the rest of the game. Yes.
Yeah.
But to finish the thought, I think all it just needed was for that to actually come up in the narrative of her plotline. You know, even if Geeta, just as I said, like Geeta was like, oh, you know, for the process of the kind of like championship run, we kind of get your parents in to kind of give you the go ahead. And Nemona is all kind of like, my parents didn't bother showing up for me; they were too busy. Or just kind of like an instance where that would come up in her running around, or there's discussion of her family on camera and she actively pushes that thought out of the way to go and battle you instead, or something like that, just to kind of give a little bit, just to push that a little bit more so you're thinking about it. Because they do that a decent job with they definitely do it with Arvin, and they sort of do it with Penny. Like, you know, even though obviously it's quite strongly implied that Penny is Cassiopeia, the amount of actual bullying is just zero. It really undersells it. And I sort of get it. It would be, I'm sure that like in kind of like stakeholder feedback of that plot point. They were probably like, we can't show people being bullied in plotline. It's too close to the circumstances at hand for maybe some kids watching. And I'm like, I understand that, but also I think it would make it sit properly. There are people with abusive parents, and you'll still do a plotline about that. So
Yeah, I don't think you have to get terribly graphic with the bullying, you know, even if it's just going to be like a, you know, I'm holding something over your head that you can't reach. I'm the same depiction of bullying that's been in media since the 80s. Like, even just that once.
The kind of trashed and graffiti desk you get in a lot of like anime where bullying is a thing.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that too.
It's even a school setting. It would have been I didn't hate it, but it's a bit incongruous. Sure. Kind of a surprise when you get to the end and Ed Sheeran. Well, there is a reason, because Ed Sheeran was part of like the, 30th? No, not 30th. The 25th anniversary celebrations. He was quite front and centered for a decent chunk of that. So I'm not surprised that there was like a involvement in him in this kind of bit.
35th.
No, no, the franchise is definitely not older than I am. It's said to be in a problem at school, but you never see anything. Yeah, no, exactly that. Exactly that. Because even in the flashbacks of the Team Star members, you get them conspiring to kind of like react to the bullies. You don't even see the circumstance where they chase the bullies out, you know? It's just small details like that, I think, would be... yeah, if that came up in the flashback and stuff, it would have been kind of like genuinely, I think, quite effective to see an example therein. But so it goes. And this is all to say, I mean, this game has so much more plot than any other Pokemon game aside from like 5. Okay.
Aww.
Cute. The end. I knew it was coming and I knew he was involved, but still, you got lovely atmospheric music for... it just kind of pops in there, yeah. This is like a 5-course meal compared to what we got for Sword and Shield. I really like Sword and Shield as a game, but because they wanted to specifically run the angle of, hey, you're a kid and shouldn't be involved in political affairs, all the really interesting things that they could done with the plot, you are specifically barred from experiencing, and it is a genuine shame.
Yeah.
Calling students to the director's office. Mix Rafter, Miss Nimona, Master Arvin, and Miss Penny. Director Clavel would like to see you in his office. Okay. Does the director know?
How are we gonna break this to Clive?
Oh, Clive was always a bit of a rebel. He'd understand. Oh, looks like the hero's finally here. Would you join us, Master Caster? We're in for an earful, aren't we? Yeah, we're super not allowed to go into the crate crater.
I guess we'll find out soon enough.
No need for concern, you two. I'm not angry in the slightest. I merely called you here to discuss your fine achievements in this year's treasure hunt. You shut down the Professor's time machine and thus prevented the Pokemon from the future from running rampant across Paldea, so he has been made aware. Your actions were truly outstanding in every regard, and I couldn't be prouder of you all. Though your decision to enter a strictly off-limits area was admittedly regrettable.
You got us there.
However, since this was necessary to protect Paldea and its precious ecosystems, I am willing to overlook that particular point. So we're not getting raked over the coals after all. Oh, before I forget, Mux Rafter, there's something I would like you to have. Each of your friends has received one already, so this one's for you. Is that a master ball?
Oh my god, I got a mega bracelet.
my dad, who works for Nintendo, said.
Yeah, it's fine. If you talk to Director Clavel 100 times.
Oh, and about the Hall of Fame badge I gave you a short while ago. That gift is the one we bestow only upon students who achieve truly remarkable feats. I expect you to honor what that badge represents by striving to always serve as a model for your fellow students. I'm very surprised we didn't... In Sword and Shield, when you beat the championship, well, you sort of beat the championship late because plot intervenes. So you also don't get the opportunity for the da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na that all the other games do where they give you the cut-in of your team. And I was kind of hoping for that here, but I guess we don't get that. That is okay.
Yeah. No.
Oh, you can count on me. Splendid. Such enthusiasm will surely take you far in life. And, Master Arvin, I was so sorry to hear about the Professor. You have my deepest condolences. Oh, well, yeah. It was pretty rough when I found out my dad had died. But weirdly enough, my head actually feels clear now, for the first time in ages. In the Great Crater, I got to learn a bit about my dad's research and what it was trying to achieve down there. I guess if you're building something as a mind-blowing time machine, that takes priority over showering your own son with attention. Sun and Moon did have that moment. You do formally beat the Elite Four and get a moment where it shows your entire team. It is very cool. All I know is I'm done feeling like some lost little kid. Done. Time to say goodbye and move on. I'm going to enjoy every last day until graduation with my buds here. And my boss stiff, of course. Well said, Master Arvin. You truly are your father's son. Of course, I must remind you that you've nowhere near enough credits to graduate. You need to study frantically to catch up, but I have every expectation of your success. What? Oh. And let us not forget the other good news. Our academy has a new champion. Though sadly we cannot make your valiant deeds in the Great Crater known to the public, your new champion rank at least should be celebrated throughout the whole school.
Ooh, I know how we should celebrate. We should hold a Pokemon battle contest.
Seriously? Could we not?
This is my thing.
That's it, Nimona.
Yeah.
A Pokemon battle contest, you say? While your own vested interests in such a venture are more than apparent, Miss Nimona, I think it's a fine idea. But please understand that a large-scale event will be quite beyond us, with many other school activities to keep an eye on, after all. Okay. Oh, this might be Geeta?
Pardon my intrusion. I couldn't help but overhear.
Yeah.
The Pokemon League will, of course, happily lend a hand in organizing this contest.
La Primera?
Well, a most kind offer, Chairwoman Geeta.
I do everything in my power to nurture young, up-and-coming talent. Though that's not to say only the youth have promise when it comes to Pokemon battles. A former gym leader, the developer of the Pokédex app, this academy clearly counts many skilled trainers of Pokemon among its staff. As such, my suggestion is as follows. Students and staff should compete for the title of strongest trainer at the academy.
Wow.
We get to battle the teachers? You'd compete too, right, Primera?
Is that even allowed? The chairwoman's not part of the academy, right? Actually, I think she's the chairwoman of the school board as well as of the Pokemon League. Wait, for real? I mean, I knew she was on another level, but wow.
Thank you for the invitation, Champion Nimona. I would gladly take up your kind offer to compete alongside you all, but I'm afraid my schedule is already packed tightly with work that I simply must attend to.
Aw, can't you free up some time somehow?
Well, I suppose I might be able to participate if Champion Raffi would agree to lend me a hand with my work.
Where should I start? Post-game!
Excellent answer. Much obliged, Champion Rafter. To get straight to it, I would like you to go out and inspect Paldea's various gyms in my stead. Are they fulfilling their duties as beacons of strength and inspiration for all those aiming to achieve champion rank? Or has their brilliance started to fade?
Refights!
Refights. To find this out, I ask that you bring your full might as champion to bear on each of the gym leaders and test their prowess in battle.
Oh, to point this out, Sunfish, the character designer for Geeta, who is also the same character designer for the steel-type little kid in the Elite Four, draws her hair highlights that way with big colored streaks. And she was clearly hired to design some of the trainers, but not all. And you can tell which character she's designed because of this kind of specific trait. Unfortunately, the way that her art style has converted into 3D models is maybe not ideal. But these are supposed to be kind of like iridescent reflects in her hair, rather than yellow streaks, I think was the intention.
They are all trainers of exceptional talent, handpicked by me personally. I picked Larry to torture him. I do not expect you'll find any cracks in their armor, but, well, consider it a formality. This will also provide the perfect stage for your first appearance as a new champion. Since all the gym leaders will still be expecting me to carry out the inspection, I imagine they'll have mustered their full strength. I dare say they might be more of a challenge than when you faced them before. You get to have all-out battles with the gym leaders? Man, I'm jealous. Now then, on to another crucial matter. I'd like to discuss with Penny here how to patch the weaknesses in our league point system.
But there's a bunch of anime I missed that I was just gonna binge.
Thank you in advance for your willing and eager cooperation.
I mean, I'll do it. Let me help.
Excellent. We'll leave you all to it then. Come now, Penny.
She's in deep shit. She is so lucky she's like not old enough to genuinely go to jail.
Ah, this is awesome, Rafter. Show this inspection thing who's boss of that La Primera can join our tournament, okay? And enjoy taking another swing at the gym gauntlet while you're at it. I'll take care of filling out the forms and other administrative stuff so the ball gets rolling on the tournament in the meantime.
I say, this is wonderful to see you all showing such initiative. We each have a critical role to play. Penny assisting the league, our new champion inspecting gyms, Nimona arranging the event. Give it your best, everyone. Arvin is right there, Clavel.
Yeah.
Guess my role's so obvious it goes without saying. Well, you have a
wide open grin.
You have a fuck ton of Paradox Pokemon to look after. Well, okay. So before we end today, how about a battle?
Fuck yeah.
I'll lose.
yeah.
I'll fucking lose. But hey, I'll give it a go.
Let me, I gotta, exit the... God.
I mean, the Galar had a handful of characters using Britishisms. Some of them are old Britishisms, granted. But, yeah, it was the localization was very varied in terms of how intense.
She has a British accent?
What, Penny?
Yeah.
She has a couple.
Like, canonically?
Yeah, I guess canonically. She has a couple of instances where I'm like, oh, that's the thing that a specifically British person would say in terms of like using you lot instead of y'all and things like that.
Okay, that's fair.
So it's small things, but I kind of read her dialogue as British. Ni no Kuni 2, Ni no Kuni both 1 and 2. Ni no Kuni 1 has a character who's Welsh and has a whole bunch of specific Welshisms and actually a genuinely good Welsh accent on the character. Shame the game is not fun to play at all.
I'm making some preparations, but
Yeah,
yes,
there's a move I need to reteach to Iron Bundle, but otherwise I'm maintaining this team. This team is not ideal. I don't think it will stand up to a Volcarona, but we'll.
Come on, this is our last. This is our last hurrah. Put on a, let's give a good show for the viewers.
All right. I need to connect to the internet for one.
Out there.
Oh. Hold on. I need to stop screen sharing with you. Hold on.
Oh, okay, sure. I mean, actually, yeah, that's fine. Give me a moment. I'll put earbuds under my headphones so that I can hear the game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I meant to do.
Also, I think, can we agree to not use our box legends in this party?
That's fair.
Okay. One moment, I have my headphones off, the earbuds in. Okay, could you say something, please?
Check 1 2 1 2.
Very good, very good. And now, just gotta plug in. Perfect.
Yeah, I got a single battle going with the code that we normally use.
Okay, very good. I'll be there in just a moment.
Of course, your life with changing nicknames, changing moves and stuff. Yeah. It is. I mean, it felt like a really good quality of life of just being able to speak to somebody in a Pokemon Center and do it, and it could be any Pokemon Center. That was very, very good. And this is better still.
Okay, let's.
No one could be found. Wait, let's do that again.
Yeah, I'm coming in now.
Yeah, I guess it timed out. I didn't realize it would time out.
Okay, and we're doing a single battle, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This team is not scoped for double.
I mean, listen, I don't think either of us have done much setup, but
yeah, I'd have to do a lot of move reshuffling to. Oh, and you should be able to set the music too.
Yeah, so let's set it to. Oh, okay, cool. I'm selecting it. That works. I'm thinking. Single battle, normal rules. All 6. All levels are set to 50, and perfect. Yes.
Oh, I get to set the music, huh? Okay. I like that it's called that. Cool.
Yeah, I was just looking for that one. There we go. Okay.
Why would it need to be? Well, I guess because by the time you've encountered it, it would be spoiled. You know who it is, but that's fine. Well, it's all 6, so it doesn't really matter. But
all right, friend. Good luck. Have fun.
Let's see how this shit go. Or mine is a view.
Thinky.
Yeah. Okay.
I know you're gonna move first and would, hit me with a ice beam. Actually didn't want that to happen. Oh, okay. Ah, good read, good read. Hmm.
Well, Quackquavol's getting the dancing going. Oh, yeah.
It's fine. It's not like this is gonna crit me or anything. Oh my god!
Oh, faster. Goodbye.
I probably should have checked to see if I was gonna be faster, but hey, I'll take it.
I wasn't expecting it to hit that hard, but I guess it's a special rather than a physical, so yeah.
Scarlet does not exactly have the tank.
Sure. That would probably kill it, to be honest, yeah.
I kind of thought that either you try to switch out, or I might go first because that guy does not have any effort values. Yeah.
I'm already in a really, really bad position.
I probably should. I'm realizing we're not switching at the same time, and that you got to get the reaction switch in. Despacito.
Oh.
Listen. This ain't about strategy. This is about needing to rep this bird. Also helps that I'm no longer a fighting type, but...
God, if you get fucking... Oh no, that did nothing! Shit! Double damage with the speed boost Aquastep, and that already does almost all of my health. Okay, alright.
No!
Oh, I am still technically faster than you. Huh.
And you did drop my special defense a lot.
Yeah. What the fuck do I do? Well, alright. Oh, yeah, right, okay, well. Fuck me, I guess. I haven't KO'd any of your Pokemon, have I? No, I haven't. Shit. Are you faster than me with the Aqua Step? You might be, I don't know. I do know you have an Ice attack on deck, but I gotta see if I can get you down before me.
I'm hoping I outspeed. Oh, thank
Yeah,
God.
you do.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, shit. Quartz Wing tankier than I expected. Okay, goodbye, my friend. Every dance has to come to an end at some point.
Guess who no longer has Roost on their fucking Kilowatt drop?
Oh, you didn't put it back?
No!
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Rude!
Oh my god. I scoop. I'm done. Just got swept by Kilowatt Troll. Fuck me.
Kilowatts feel good, actually. Yeah, that was an exceedingly unfortunate crit. Yeah, turns out Quartzwing.
Because you know what my last Pokemon is, and that can't fight Kilowatt Troll either.
Oh boy, I think who's gonna go down first? Quartzwing or Quartzwing?
Okay, sure.
GG's.
Yeah, GG.
Aw, I'm sorry, buddy.
That went as pretty much as how I expected, to be honest. I was actually expecting to be fighting Volcarona more, but
yeah, I thought I would lead on a.
because my only real solid answer to Volcarona is Iron Bundle, and if it takes any hit, it immediately dies. So I was not expecting my odds there, but hey, we'll see if you kill me in one hit or not. Okay, not in one hit. Yeah.
Oh.
It's worth a shot. If it killed you, then who knows what might have happened. I would have died to your next fast thing. All right.
Hey, GG, do you want to wrap this whole thing up by, like last time, giving an elegy to the fallen? There were certainly fewer than before. thank
I
goodness.
guess, I mean, to be real, most of the stuff that we lost early on, I have zero memory of and don't care about.
Yeah, you're entirely right. I feel like, we gave our final detonation? No, our final dedication to Power.exe and Frosty Boy.
Don't patronize me, Serona. Okay, yeah, no, we completed the thing. It didn't even actually take that long. I mean, this is I think this works really nicely as, hey, I've never done, considering you don't know what the levels are. Well, at this point, people would. When we started, we didn't look up the levels of things. Because, hey, this is a game that was playing blind and the information wasn't really around. Whereas in the other, like Nuzlocke, there was an active kind of checking of how strong things were coming in was. This actually works really, really well as a I've not done a Soul Link Nuzlocke or even a regular Nuzlocke before kind of game. Because I think even though the level range goes quite high, I don't think that not all Pokemon games end at level 65. I think some stuff ends, the levels of the stuff is like sooner than that. But this was actually a pretty gentle ride for the experience therein.
Yeah.
I would recommend, if people wanted to go and try a Soul Link Nuzlocke themselves, give fucking Scarlet Violet a whirl. I think it's actually pretty solid for it. And the Union Circle being able to run around the space together, actually, I think does a lot to kind of like build on that experience.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I think also just the number of areas made it feel, I guess, just because it was less lethal, and there was still a good area count. It was like, oh wow, this really feels like it could be very good for, if it's your first time and you want to try one, I think this would be a great one to go for.
I would say that if I was doing this again, I would not be using the terror raids as options of things to catch. They are too
we
good.
Kinda didn't need them.
Oh no, we super needed them. Aberhand fucking carried this game for us. Are you kidding?
Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was extremely useful, but need is the thing that I'm saying.
Oh,
like,
sure. Yes.
You know,
No, we didn't need it. It definitely made the game a lot easier. I think not using tower raids would actually kind of make the options a bit more stringent for areas, and you have to kind of make a much more, and actually a genuine conscious decision of the thing that you catch in each area. I guess the original Nuzlocke thing was a like, oh, you randomly encounter the thing that you run into, and that is like part of the joy of you don't know what you're going to encounter. And we did we had that experience in Black and White, and kind of cheering at finding unusual rare stuff. Running into a Mulga first try was a genuine surprise, because I think the odds was like 20% or lower.
Oh, cyber power.
So
thank you for your sacrifice.
Fun moments like that are a thing, but I think actually being able to route this game as a Nuzlocke is a really interesting experience. I occasionally have watched other people do Nuzlocke-y style things. I've watched like I Ate Your Pie do those like Ironmon challenges before and stuff. If you've ever seen those videos.
No.
Oh, so Ironmon is a format that so you're probably aware of Spike Vegeta, the kind of one of the like main staff people of Games Done Quick.
Yes.
I Ate Your Pie is like his bestie. So they do a lot of challenge streams together. I think like throughout March they do a bunch of like challenge races and things like that with each other. And so I Ate Your Pie does a lot of challenge races of like Pokémon. Oh, yes. Spike Vegeta got you into the KH2 rando. That makes sense. And the rules for Kaizo Ironmon, he does it in Fire Red Leaf Green, but apparently there's lots of other games where it's been modded where you can do this. And it's essentially a randomizer in terms of the Pokemon that you get, almost everything. The only things that aren't randomized are your base stat total, where those are allocated can be changed, and the native type of what the Pokemon is.
Huh.
And
wow, that's a lot of changes.
Yeah. And the idea is to basically run with a single Pokemon through the game. You are allowed to change what Pokemon that is. I think a limited number of times, but your team can only really consist of one. You cannot fight wild Pokemon. You can only fight trainers. And the game has been modded so trainers' average levels are higher. Like there's like the Gary that you fight at the start of the game is level 8 where you are level 5. It's designed where you are going to die and restart a lot. I personally wouldn't find that very fun. The idea of having to do an early game thing over and over with a randomized chance that you'll succeed is not really my vibe. But because that's the kind of like person who's really heavily pioneering or who's kind of one of the most well-known Nuzlocke running people aside from I guess like Alpharad. There's a lot of, and I think even Alpharad specifically does randomizers rather than kind of like vanilla game experiences. And I think there's a lot of value in learning a game experience, because it's very much like learning the ins and outs of the game specifically and its nuances. Black and White is still one of my, I don't know whether, is it still my favorite Pokemon game? Yeah, I think so. This game is up here. I don't think it's my favorite. If it was a little bit better optimized tech-wise, it probably would be my favorite. But there were so many things I didn't know about Black and White that I learned over the process of having to be able to survive a Nuzlocke, you know?
Like what?
Oh, just the kind of like, I have a general, like, if I was compared to the average Pokemon enjoyer, my knowledge of Pokemon is pretty high, but I had to specifically learn a lot of ins and outs of when some Pokemon learn levels, what the levels of the things we encounter are, what things you can specifically find in specific areas, which isn't something I really paid attention to. You know, before I wasn't kind of like, oh, this is the first opportunity I can find Sork.
What are the exact mechanics behind Bide?
You know, not something that you would ever have cared about.
Right.
And it was really fascinating learning those ins and outs and genuinely caring about all the nuances that were built into the game. The way that like the general Pokemon fandom talks about any individual Pokemon game is quite, I think, dismissive a lot. You know, oh, this game is bad because it doesn't have my old favorites in it. Or, you know, this game is bad because 80% water. I don't fucking know. People will complain about anything. But actually actively taking the time to learn about how they designed a game, genuinely cool. I mean, by counterpoint, the experience of playing, even though it's like the re-release of Gen 2 and Heart Gold and Soul Silver, with the additional kind of like, that amount of information, having done that Nuzlocke in my head when I went in to go and playing Heart Gold, being like, oh yeah, I can actually get really in depth in terms of the amount of information I can find out about this game, and found not very much actually. And was like, oh, this is kind of disappointing. There's not a lot here unless you're dealing with post-game or mini-games, and that's not necessarily what I would go to a Pokemon game for. But yeah, no, there is also the process of kind of like, oh, a Pokemon that I otherwise would enjoy isn't available in this game. A lot of my favorites made their way into Scarlet and Violet. Porygon did not, and Porygon is definitely one of my favorites, but I can understand why it is not back unless they find some way to do some post-patching about how it operates, because Terra Normal adaptability Hyper Beam is not a thing that this game should have. It's just not. Anyway, that's a long way to say that the experience of playing around in these games has made me think about the games in a lot more detail, and I definitely enjoy that a lot. I wonder if there are any other games in the lineup that I would like experience with. Genuinely, Sun and Moon, I wouldn't mind exploring like that. Not now, not for a while, I don't think. But a lot of people's complaints about Sun and Moon was story getting in the way, and like, the way that we play these games, we tend to like indulge ourselves in the story anyway, so that doesn't really feel like a negative. I don't know whether you would be particularly enthused about revisiting Sun and Moon in the Soul Link format, but that's up to whether you feel it's
Maybe. I'm kind of enjoying the idea of, you know, trying some other stuff. You know, I know we've got other co-op stuff.
Oh, for sure. Like, I want to go and finish Explorers of Sky. I would like to try Temtem. I have a feeling that there'll be things about Temtem that'll make me go like, oh, I don't actually enjoy this game very much, but I'm generally very willing to go and give it a try. You know, I really want to see what it treasures about Pokemon and similar games. I'm very interested to learn that fact. And then there's stuff like Crime Site, which we'll probably be giving a whirl next week, if not the week after that. We'll see what our availability and are. But there is a game, like a digital board game released by Konami called Crime Site, where one of you plays as Cyber Sherlock Holmes, another person plays as Cyber Moriarty, and you go and move some people around as essentially pawns to make them murder each other or not. And I saw that and was like, that game seems really interesting. Eventually I'll get round to it, but because it's a live service game with no real single player to speak of, and because it was such a small scale release, they clearly don't have enough money to keep the servers open, so it's closing in like March. So
we are playing it now because it won't be around later.
Yeah, for real. Maswoon, I am not surprised that you've had an opportunity to play that game and you enjoy it. Because of time zones and your general availability, I don't know if I would be able to play it at the same time as you, but it would be a fun thing to arrange. We may, at the very least, next week go and do a stream of it with just Rafi and I. And then I might just genuinely make a call out to the Fluffy Barrage Discord and see if anybody else would be interested. Oh, you have 3 days now and then. Six. Genuinely keep me posted. There is another collab with you that we've talked about previously that I haven't forgotten about. I just wanted to kind of give some time to get the winter holidays out of the way. Bullied Waffo into trying it too. Okay, well, that's 4 people. That's 4 people. We may have to discuss if there is maybe a weekend or something in the near future before March where we can go make that happen, because I would be very, very interested in giving that a whirl. But for now, I guess we need to go and pass everybody on to other folks. Let's see who is streaming on this Thursday night.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Do you have any personal faves? Oh, Captain Hurricane is doing some Star Wars streaming today.
Yeah. Let's go for that. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Captain Hurricane, good IRL and virtual friend of mine. Captain Hurricane. The world's fastest video game hedgehog, even faster than the one you're thinking of. Please do give him well wishes and cheers. I have been your androgynous AI game show host from the Future Caster.
I have been your amazing agender avian co-host, Rafi the Owl.
This has been the Neoncaster Twitch channel, and we have completed the Soul Link Nuzlocke of Scarlet and Violet. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody, and have a fantastic evening. See you all soon.
Thank you all so much. Mwah.